You know what, folks? Let's do that. Before we do Bioshock, let's turn Rent Free into a soundbite. Let me show you how we do that. After the intro. Do I have a girl voice or do I have a boy voice? You like Baileys? You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe? Fucking you know, fucking mate, hey, how you going, cunt?
I see you brought guests. Well,
Sammy!
friends.
Hello. Welcome in. And other Sammy. Multiple Sammys. We have entirely too many Sammys. We'll start in a minute. We're not even on yet! This is ridiculous. Hello, Mrs. L. How you doing, lovely? Speaking of... I'll start off a story while we're behind the starting soon screen. I went to my first uni tutorial today. So a tutorial is like a follow-up to the lecture. And they get us to do a bunch of, like, exercises with regards to the content. Let me turn the music down, hang on. We're gonna be on camera in a second anyway. But at any rate, I went to my first university tutorial today, and they dead named me, how dare they? They didn't mean to, because they didn't know. The person leading the tutorial didn't know, they just had a roll that had my dead name on it, which I need to legally update as soon as I get my birth certificate. My name change certificate. But they called out several names after mine. Abigail! There's another Abigail in the class, which is super awkward. I am the only Abigail. It's one of the trans names. I've noticed it's one of the names. There's a list of names that trans girls pick. And Abigail is distinctly one of them. There's Abigail, there's Mia. Yeah, I stole hers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Get rid of that starting soon screen. I am wearing very minimal makeup because I had lasers shooted into my face today. So if you can see my 5 o'clock shadow, fuck yourself, don't comment on it. Like, I'm wearing eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick, and that's it. And I got my hair tied back, because, I don't know. Laser went well. I think I mentioned to the, by the way, Magic, that is for you. I mentioned to the girl who was doing the lasering that I had noticed, like, this area is really prominent. Like, it doesn't seem to fade as anywhere near as much as, like, this area or under here, and so I think what she did, thank you for the posture check and the hydration box. I think what she did is she actually turned the laser up. Hello, RP Gamer, how you doing? Yeah, I think she actually turned the laser up. and made it, because it stung a lot more than usual. It really hurt. But it's good. It's getting rid of the hairs. Anyway, that's good shit. That's good shit. I'm glad to hear it. Alright, so let's have a look at this clip. Have a look at this clip. You may have seen this one. You may not yet. You may not have, you may have. You may have seen this clip. Alright, so let me just turn the music off for a second so we know what we're dealing with here. Okay, so this clip here from the other night. Rent free. So there's the clip that we're gonna take. We're gonna take that clip. And you love my Dangerfield dress? I've got a few Dangerfield dresses now. This one? Or do you mean the one in the clip? Or do you mean the one in... You mean my pinafore? I'm going to just start collecting Dangerfield dresses. It's so cute. Upper lip takes a lot longer than cheeks. Well, there we go. I need more. I sent this to Jacinta earlier. Jacinta, who is my platonic girlfriend. Come on, Messenger, don't fuck around here. I sent this picture to her. Let me open the image actually in a new thing. This is my wish list on a site called Berserk. That's just part of it. Oh no, not a raid. Raid incoming. And thank you, Sammy, for the raid before. How did your stream go? I forgot to ask. How was your stream? This is just some of the shit that I'm looking at getting, by the way. So we're going to download this clip. I think I just did download it. I think we just downloaded it another time. Let me have a look here. How are you, Vamps? I am okay for a kind of big raid. If you want to throw it at me, before we start stream, I'm going to take the sound from this clip, and we're going to turn it into a soundbite that we can use on stream. Purple looks really great on Abby. Thank you. I like purple. It was actually pretty chill. I'm always ready for a pretty big raid. Let's go. Let's do it. I love seeing people. How are you doing tonight, by the way? How's everyone going? Now, I need to remember how you do this. It's been a while since I've done this. I think you can do it in Audacity. There's an audio extractor. VLC, that's right, VLC. VLC can do, not VCLC. VLC can do this. Does it ever get easier? Yes, it does, honestly. Quite a few areas, like these areas down the sides here, I almost don't, I think these are completely hair-free now. One of the first areas I completely lost hair. I do not do anything with my little monobrow area anymore. That's completely gone within like 2 or 3 treatments. So a lot of the hairs, I should have started getting them to do like along here. I've noticed I've got a bunch of hairs there that I wouldn't mind getting rid of. But yeah, I think it does. Generally speaking, facial hair does seem to get easier, yes. Which is really good. If you are a trans Fran and you want to get rid of your face hairs, it's pretty cheap for me. Like, I get it once every 6 weeks now. It started with once every 4 weeks. And now I get it once every 6 weeks. And it's only about $60 usually to just get the face done. I have not done any of the body hair yet. No insurance. Well, I don't think insurance factors in. This is just the pricing of it here. But for example, the place I use, I've asked them, it's like, how much would it be to get my whole torso done? And they said like $90. So, you know, you start adding up. If you want to do your whole body, it's going to end up costing you, like if you were to do it consistently, it would cost you a few $100s a month easily. And I'm still strongly considering it, honestly. I have weekly electrolysis. Oh my god, that one. Do you get insurance for that? Yeah, if you look at, they do packages. That's true. And honestly, like, I don't even care that much about limb hair. I wouldn't mind getting this section done for obvious reasons. But doing full body would be good. It would be nice to do the full body. It would save a lot of problems. If you're a trans Fran and you want to get rid of your face hairs. Okay, run the VLC app, not the DVD. It's not about DVD video audio ripping. So we've got the clip here. I'm going to just name this Rent Free. I'm going to take this over to my videos folder, my Twitch videos folder, Twitch clips. I do have this saved somewhere already. Yeah, there it is. I've got the exact same video, so we'll just delete this version of it. Hello, Miserabella. How you going? Broken. There you go. Have I missed any redeems? I think I probably have. Let me go back. I can't see anything. DJ B North, welcome to the Rogue Room. How you doing? Let me see. You were directing that for Bagel. Have another. Why not? Hello, Double Pings. How's it going? Saving up for that premium nothing. Yes, you are. Okay, I need VLC. Incoming raid. Here it begins. Here it begins. It begins. What is this? I'm not updating shit right now. Okay. Video. There is a way to do this. Let me see. Can I open you in this? Rent free. We're gonna make that into a soundbite. Okay, we're gonna make that into a soundbite, but I don't know how to do it. And I know VLC can do it. Okay, this is the clip that we're... Oh my god, my face. This is the clip that we're gonna turn into a soundbite. Rent free. It stopped, but it didn't stop. It kept playing the rest of the video. Okay, so tried. Oh, whoops, that's the volume on that. I didn't want to change that anyway. Tried alcohol-free Great Northern, and it's good. I'm glad to hear it's good. So proud you are the one that made this clip. It's a good clip. It's solid. It's solid. Okay, so how to rip? I don't want to rip DVD audio, dude. I want to rip audio from just a video. How do we do that? How to extract MP3 from video files using VLC player. Convert video file to MP3 using VLC. So you go open, convert or save. Here we go. Convert or save. As you can select. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I didn't actually need to open the file. So here we go. I'll show you how the process goes.
I see.
Oh my goodness, Lottie.
Welcome, friends.
Hello. Hello, friendos. An enormous door slamming. Welcome. Hello, Lottie. How you going? What's happening, everyone? Xeno Green, welcome to the Rogue Room. Welcome, everyone, to the Rogue Room. My name is Rogue Bitch. I'm supposed to be playing Bioshock, but we haven't started yet. And I have almost no makeup on, so don't make me feel bad about it. Okay. Hello, everybody. Wait a minute, you don't know... Oh, there's a raid thing? Oh, that's for like when we do a raid. How's everyone going? How'd the stream go? What'd you get up to? No, that's if we're raiding someone. That's not for in response to a raid. How'd the stream go, folks? Tell us all about it. What'd you get up to? What was the discussion about tonight? What was the discussion about tonight? Super out of it and tired. I've been in your stream a couple of times before, Lottie. It's a pleasure to see you. Hope you're doing well. I did do the gym. I did hit the gym. I did do my very stereotypical lifting lots of weights and grunting and dropping them thing that I do after cardio. Look at them follows. Welcome, everyone. Let me run through this really quickly. Thank you, everyone, for following. There's so many of you. I hope you're all doing well. Outrage engagement, and they got so horny. The best way to do it, honestly. That's how I start any sort of horny encounter. First, we talk about some serious topics about outrage marketing, and then we get into the the good stuff. You know, quite frankly, I like to initiate all sexual encounters with a little bit of capitalistic philosophy and breaking down of all of that, and then making people feel bad about hegemonic masculinity. Love the vibe of the room. Thank you. I need to get more lights in this bitch. And like, I actually did get one today. Look at this that I bought. I bought one of these little light boxes, but it's got a screwdriver hole. It's got a screw in it. And I don't have a screwdriver. I've lost all my screwdrivers. I don't know where they went. Someone just picked them up and took off with them. Maybe I can try to crank it open with this. I have a letter opener sitting on my desk. Did you hear they are cancelling Mr. Potato Head? Oh, it's ridiculous. And then the Dr. Seuss thing. Yeah, I need a screwdriver. What I need is a butch friend nearby, I do. We both got cool eyes today. What eyes did you get? What is this one? What have you sent me? Oh god. Speaking of political video games, we are going to be playing Bioshock very shortly. I just want to show you how to rip the audio from this video in VLC, and then we're going to turn that into a command maybe. We'll see how we go. Queer as fuck. Or queer ass fuck. There we go. Going on lurk while you get ready for sleep. Sounds good. Thank you so kindly for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day, night. What? I mean, really, those are your two options when you think about it. I mean, you get little in-between segments of the day. You got your morning, your midday, or noon, your evening. What have you sent me, Sammy? I mean, let me have a look. Where is it? Oh, Sammy's done it for us. That saves us time. Well, oh no, this is a music making thing. Hang on, I'll show this off. Sammy is very inventive. Hang on, let me go to the actual Discord thing because that's opened up a link in my browser. Everyone should give We'll shout out some friends while we're here for the moment. Let me see. Not this. No, no. Oh my god. How the heck? I've gotten into a voice chat. I didn't want to do that. Okay, here we go. Music making. Listen to this shit.
Rent 3. Rent 3.
Back to Black, welcome.
Rent 3.
I'm getting memed into music now.
Rent 3. Rent
What are those other sound bites? I don't know what they are.
3.
Yes, thank you for the gift subs. Oh my goodness.
3.
Thank you for gifting 5 gifted subs to Riot, Trash, Spark, Magical, and Walaga. It's a random clip, okay.
3.
You are now one of us.
Absolute fucking legend. Music making legend. That's gonna live rent free in my head now. Look at the chat popping up. It is. This is where I face an issue. A new intro song. Do you remember the
You are
days?
now one of us.
You're now one of us. Do you remember the days before I was a chick? Let's just be completely bare ass to the world right now. I used to have an intro theme that was just literally
You are
the
now
same.
one of us.
Anita Sarkeesian gif. Heck yes. I've never actually watched any of her content, honestly, so I don't want to speak critically on Anita Sarkeesian until I've done that. Okay, so
You
got
are now
VLC.
one of us.
before I was born, yeah, way before I was born, I was streaming as a sperm. Anyway, like ages and ages ago, months, years, honestly, years ago, before Stream Beats, honestly, I used to just have a loop that was like 20, no, it was like a minute long. It was like a minute long loop. It varied up a little bit, but it was just the same loop over and over again. And quite frankly, it got fucking irritating. So I'm glad that, you know, we've got stuff like Stream Beats now, so I don't have to, you know, and I didn't play that in the background, honestly. At any rate, coffee's good tonight. The coffee is good. I can confirm the coffee is good tonight. All right, so let's go over to VLC. This is the clip that we're going to be. This is the clip that Sammy has used as a sample. Rent free. Now we're going to take that and we're going to go. It keeps playing the rest of the video. I don't know why it keeps playing the rest of the video. Anywho, we're going to go. Let me just see if I've got the location first so I can make sure I'm not revealing anything that I don't want to reveal. Personal stuff. You're not allowed to look at my file structure on my computer. That's not allowed. Okay, here's the folder. So we've got the folder here. You can select local files with the following list of buttons. If I'm not mistaken, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to Media, Convert, Save, Add, put in the folder, and then find the clip. This is a clip they called I Hate Isaac Butterfield. We're going to convert it to an MP3. Yes, that's correct. Destination file. Rent-free mp3.mp3. That's a good way to do it. Yes. Start. There's my dashboard. Did it do it? Did it do it? Nope, it didn't do it. It fucked it up. Okay, it didn't do a fucking thing. Awesome. Glad to see it. That's basically what you do. You just do that. You convert, save. I don't know why that didn't save it though. I don't know what happened there. VLC is great. I don't use it anywhere near often enough. So start, and then it just closes VLC. I don't know what it did. Rent. There we go. Free. Alright, so we've got the bass sound effect. That worked. That did work that time. Okay, cool. Next step, friendos. Flop like glitters marriage. Fucking. Got him. Fucking got him. Right. I want to watch, like tomorrow night maybe, we're gonna look at his House of Lords presentation. We were literally talking about that last night and then it happened today. I didn't realize it was happening this soon. And we're gonna watch Glynn's little presentation to the House of Lords because I just like the idea of it is hilarious to me. Anyway, and I've already heard some of the context around it. I've already heard some of the memes around what happened there. Who the fuck is Glynn? Graham Lennon, a disgraced sitcom writer who wrote for The It Crowd and Father Ted. And in particular, he wrote one specific episode of The It Crowd that featured a very transphobically portrayed trans character. And that led to his spiral into madness, apparently. No man with a healthy mental state is that obsessed with transgender people. Anyway, we have the soundbite now. Let's go get it. We're going to drag it. We're going to take it over here. We've got it in our folder here. We're going to take rent-free sound. We're going to put it in here. There we go. Can you play it? Rent. Well, actually, what we'll do is we'll trim this. We'll trim this up to here. And we'll trim this from this side as well. Oh, that's not how that works. Okay. Okay, so if I just select this section, I think. And then, there we go. Rent. Free. There we go. Perfect. Episode was so good until the end when it was all tropey and fucked, which is just fantastic. There we go. So we've got the bass sound effect. Export as MP3. Rent-free sound. Where's this? Where's this folder? YouTube videos. We'll save it to my desktop. Rent-free sound. There we go. And it's done. There we have it. We have extracted. No, I don't want to save the project. Rent. Free. Oh no! Wait, what happened? The guy who went, you got timed out for 1 second for. Oh, I put that word and other variants of it into my bot, so it's going to give you a little bit of a warning if you mention the phrase super straight. Sorry. Because we're sick of those cunts. Alright, so let's take this. I had to stop myself from responding to these fucking people, so I've just made the bot immediately delete their messages. We're going to play Bioshock in just a moment's time. First, though, I want to take this and make a new sound effect. And we're going to put this sound effect in with the rest of them. So where, for example, is... That's not at all where it is. Where's my soundboard? Where's my... I need to organize, honestly, my entire thing. Where's the soundboard folder? I've got a soundboard folder on my... Here it is. All right. I'm just going to drop it here, and I'm going to reorganize things later on. Okay, so... Yeah, okay. Have a whinge. All right, so now... I'm not going to make it a command yet. However, rent... free. There we have it. If we have any other good memes come up, let us know. Alright, so that's enough of that nonsense. We've spent 20 minutes not playing the video game. We have spent 20-ish minutes not playing the videos game, and now we're about to start. We're going to play Bioshock. Look, we've got upcoming stream notes over here. Oh my goodness. Important update regarding Lola Bunny. What happened? We did talk about Lola Bunny. We didn't actually get very heavily into it though. Found a way. They think they've figured out something ingenious, totally unaware of how desperate it looks. Honestly, you're completely right there, Evelyn. And it's obviously a meme. Yeah, DT, I've been dealing with them too. I posted a video on my YouTube channel. Got over like 4,000 views, and the comments were just flooded with those trolls. So obviously a massive... It was obviously a massive 4chan Nazi psyop situation. Like, it was designed to cause this kind of a visceral response. Sorry, I think my nail got caught on the floor there and it hurt. Anyway, let's continue. It was designed to create that kind of a response, honestly. So they succeeded in what they were doing. Milo Yiannopoulos says he's no longer gay. Eye rolliest interview ever. Give me a sec. Evelyn, message me that link. Whisper me that link. You wrote a tweet about it. It has 1 like. What, did you get bombarded with comments? Did you get bombarded with comments but no likes? And then they'll say shit to you like, I had one person actually come to me with the bullshit about like, oh, look at how many dislikes your videos are getting. That means you're wrong. I was like, no, you guys literally brigaded anyone who mentioned the phrase super straight on the internet. Like, it's kind of really disturbing and disgusting when you think about the whole situation. Am I crouching? No, this is full height. This is my full head height. Why do I feel so short? I didn't realize the protagonist was Danny DeVito. Jesus. Alright, so... we had a, yeah, we had this thing that allows us to turn cameras into friends, I guess. So we're gonna hack this bad boy right here. Where's the exit? There's the exit. Alright, we know what we're doing now. You can go down yonder ways. You can go over this wise, and that can go not there. You know they had this exact same puzzle in Spider-Man? I think. Did they have this exact same puzzle in Spider-Man? I think they did. Hacking cameras work for you. There we go. And they're the ones who get upset about cancel culture when they go and mass abuse someone off the tubes. Yes, exactly. It's kind of hilarious, the entire situation. And, like, honestly, on the subject of Glinner, because we were talking about him before, there are a lot of allegations against his behavior that got him kicked off Twitter in the first place. Press T.
This little sea slug has come along and glued together all the crazy ideas I've had since the war. It doesn't just heal damaged cells, it resurrects them. I can bend the double helix. Black can be reborn white, tall, short, weak, strong. But the slugs alone are not enough. I'll need money. And one other thing.
Tenenbaum? I'm going to turn the voice acting up a little bit, because that was very, very quiet, sorry. I was trying to listen to that and not talk over it. I'll turn the voiceover volume up a little bit, and we'll turn maybe this up a little bit. She said black could be reborn white. Like, I know this is set in, like, what, the 50s or something? I'm not surprised by the racism, but, like, Jesus, Tenenbaum. Oh my goodness. This is not technically my first playthrough, but I never finished it before. So I don't remember how far I got into it, honestly. I think there was another boss fight beyond this that I got to. Anyway, you got 3 right-wingers and none of them could put a hole in your argument. Proud moment. It's a bunch of 15-year-old edgelords on 4chan, honestly. They don't have a leg to stand on. Let's have a look here. What else we got? Eden leaking.
If things were bad enough, it seems that even our water system sprung a leak. Yep, that's right. Irrigation system in Arcadia is taking on seawater. I told Mr. Ryan when we were building this place, either you build her like a bathtub, or she's going to turn into a sewer. No, McDonough, he said. You have the research?
Ah.
Good. Guess it's time to get to work for old Peachy. Take the man's pictures, and let's get the hell out of this place.
You interrupted the diary thing, you dipshit. I don't even know if I can go back and listen to it. I probably can. Oh, goodness. You have to give this game credit where credit is due. They really, like... The sheer atmosphere of this game. We're going to do philosophy. We can't do philosophy while we're playing a video game. I should turn that off. I mean, we could. Like, how about... like, just hold up a sec. Let's talk about... if I can. I can't. Let's talk about for a second, if you would like to. Here's an idea. Okay, my screen is not going to let me do this. I can't, like, do windowed mode. Can I put this in windowed mode? Windowed mode. On. Okay. Apply. Keep this resolution. Yes, for the moment. Let's talk about for a second. The reason for this game, quite frankly. Here we go. Let's talk about Ayn Rand's philosophy. On the subject. This is actually, maybe not that one. Let's just talk about Ayn Rand. Important update regarding Lola Bunny. What is it? Oh, hang on.
It was me, Barry. I made them draw Lola Bunny with fewer sexual features so that you wouldn't be horny and reduce your blood flow to make you a millisecond slower. Slow enough for me to kill Iris.
What the fuck? Okay, so let's talk about the philosophy of Ayn Rand. Right? Just because you can. Thank you, Kaz. If you folks are not already following the Twitter, join the Discord, subscribe to my YouTube. I've got a lot of subscribers in the last few days, which is kind of unsettling, given that, you know, it's primarily in response to that video, but I don't know. Anyway, Sure, why not? Instagram, Facebook, if you want to join them. Rand called her philosophy objectivism, describing its essence as the concept of a man as a heroic being, with his own happiness as the moral purpose of his life, with productive achievement as his noblest activity, and reason as his only absolute. She considered objectivism a She considered objectivism a systematic philosophy and laid out positions on metaphysics, epistemology, ethics, political philosophy, and aesthetics. In metaphysics, Rand supported philosophical realism, opposed anything she regarded as mysticism or supernaturalism, including all forms of religion. Okay, let me just stop this here. If anyone knows, is it Anne? I've always heard it as Ayn Rand. I don't know. Maybe it is Anne. Okay, I'm just having a glance at this summary of her ideas, and I'm thinking to myself, everyone seems to hate Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism. And I can't quite fathom what the problem is. Does that make me a bad person? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, am I missing something? There's got to be some reason. I mean, we can't look at every single idea and immediately just assume everyone's ideas around an idea, or everyone's ideas around a certain philosophy are the correct ones. I can't just assume that because I'm, the way I'm reading into something means that I'm wrong. I don't know. It seems like a pretty safe philosophy, but then so does fascism when you look at what the manifesto of fascism details. And then you contrast that with what actually happened during multiple different fascist regimes. Honestly, a lot of what I read about the Fascist Manifesto, I've yet to read it myself. It's not actually called the Fascist Manifesto, for anyone who missed that. What I recall reading of it is it sounded very, very communist in a lot of ways, aside from a few finer details. But then you look at the actual way that fascist nations were led, and you can say, that is what we call fascism now. That's what fascism is, for example. In epistemology, she considered all knowledge to be based on sense perception, the validity of which she considered axiomatic, and reason, which she described as the faculty that identifies and integrates the material provided by man's senses. She rejected all claims of non-perceptual or a priori knowledge, including instinct, intuition, revelation, or any form of just knowing. In her introduction to objectivist epistemology, Rand presented a theory of concept formation and rejected the analytic-synthetic dichotomy. Okay, so what's analytic-synthetic dichotomy, though? Is a semantic distinction used primarily in philosophy to distinguish between propositions, in particular statements that are affirmative. Oh my god, it's just more and more and more words. Analytic propositions are true or not solely by virtue of their meaning, whereas synthetic propositions' truth, if any, derives from how their meaning relates to the world. Okay. In ethics, Rand argued for rational and ethical egoism, rational self-interest, as the guiding moral principle. She said the individual should exist for his own sake, neither sacrificing himself to others nor sacrificing others to himself. See, that doesn't sound inherently bad, I suppose. But it depends on, the interpretation of that particular phrasing. She referred to egoism as the virtue of selfishness in her book of that title, in which she presented a solution to the is-ought problem by describing a meta-ethical theory that based morality in the needs of a man's survival qua man. What does that mean? She condemned ethical altruism as incompatible with the requirements of human life and happiness, and held that initiation of force was evil and irrational, writing in Atlas Shrugged that force and mind are opposites. It's pronounced as Anne with a Russian background, I see. Yeah, she's a libertarian. Rand was a libertarian. Well, there's a bit of a what's it called? A bit of insight into Ayn Rand. I don't know. I guess we'll go Ayn Rand. Great. Now I've made it into windowed mode and I can't get it back to normal mode. Hang on. I can't. Cool, guys. I fucked it. Hang on. I can't change the settings because I can't see the apply button for the graphics options. For fuck's sake. Windowed mode off. Okay. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. Problem solved. I'm a genius. Don't worry. Right. There's a bit of an idea of Anne/Ein/Ian Rand. I don't know. Yan Rand. Whatever you want. You decide. Hack time. Wonder if you could play this game in 8K. Maybe you could. Give it a crack. You're definitely more enlightened on how that would work than I would be. Let me see here. There's got to be a side piece. You always got to have your side piece, you know. Put some W's in chat if you got a side piece. A side piece of pipe, nothing else. I'm just talking about a side piece of piping, you know, as everybody would be. There we go, done. Genius. Nya, Rand. Nya, ooh ooh. I need to get my cat ears already. Here we go.
Is that
I mean, when we think about, I mean, at least when I think about the philosophy itself, you know, the idea is it could be considered, you know, the idea of objectivist philosophy that every man for himself, almost, like the idea that a man should consider only his own options. It could lead to some very, you know, the idea is that they would be, or every man for themselves, without affecting everyone else, you know, without, and that's going to be very, very difficult. How do you determine then what is every man for themselves? That almost survivalist philosophy, without considering going into taking advantage of other people for your own personal gain, right? He's not very spliced. But again, I honestly do not know what the fuck I'm talking about. Libertarian vampire fiction author. Was Atlas Shrugged about vampires? I don't know. They did do a movie on it, didn't they?
As the respectable Lapsable turned me away, I have turned to Fontaine smugglers in Port Neptune for supplies. Fontaine's men are pigs. They spit, they stink. But they deliver, and they don't ask questions. They're all terrified of Fontaine. He reminds me a bit of the Germans. So efficient. It wouldn't surprise me if he were soon running things down here.
Okay, there were movies, but it's not the movie I'm thinking of. There was a series of movies that did Atlas Shrugged. She did Interview with the Vampire? Really? Wait, are you serious? Are you fucking with me right now? Like how the Lola Bunny Pit conservatives are up in arms over is a cropped furry fan. Anne Rice. Okay. You bastard. Oh, hang on. Is that a good photo? It's a photo of a crotch. Leadhead splicer, see? Fucking Anne Rice. Okay. I keep thinking, I keep hearing Rand and I go, oh, Rand Paul! God, it was, what do you mean score too low? What are you talking about? Oh, fuck off. Anne Rice versus Ayn Rand. One is a hack, the other is Anne Rice. Okay, so we gotta go to Jet Postal or something. We gotta take some photos of some splicers. Ah, fuck. There we go. Just like stop everything for a second to take a photograph. Hold on, folks. That was a terrible photo. What the fuck? There we go. Physical tonic scrounger. Splicing scrounger is like having a sixth sense. You'll spot things you'd otherwise miss and discover things you'd otherwise leave behind. Well, I can't. I'll store it in the gene bank. Okay, fine. Okay, what the fuck? I need to heal. F. Press F to...
Reminds me a bit of the Germans. So efficient. It wouldn't surprise me if he were soon running things down here.
Wait, don't shoot! I'm the paparazzi! Okay, now we can shoot each other. No, if you see a paparazzo, definitely shoot them. Parasites.
The death penalty and rapture. Council's in an uproar. Riots in the streets, they say. But this is the time for leadership. Action must be taken against the smugglers. Any contact with the surface exposes Rapture to the very parasites we fled from. A few stretched necks or a small price to pay for our deals.
Okay, so who watched Philosophy Tube's video on the death penalty? On capital punishment? Who watched that? That was a fucking great video. I mean, unshockingly, Abigail Thorne is an incredible video essayist. I could only aspire to a shred of that level of production quality. But it definitely, honestly,
You monster.
it inspired me to make sure my next video is really good. Oh, that's a great photo. Just like right up in your butthole there. Oh, this enemy is already tagged with security bullseye. Okay. I'm gonna die. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Just kill me so I can start over. Capital punishment should be delivered worldwide to kitty fiddlers. Had to snooze, so you decided to save the rest for later. That's kind of the problem with those massive videos, right? It's like, you know, you want to watch the whole thing. I mean, it's only 40 minutes, really. It's not a huge video, but a lot of people on YouTube, you know, when you're watching a YouTube video, you don't go on YouTube to watch a lengthy video, which is kind of ironic because I and many other people I've spoken to about their YouTube watching habits, usually they don't want to watch a long video. If it's longer than 10 minutes, they tune out, right? But if they watch like a whole bunch of short videos, they end up spending like an hour or more, or, you know, an hour, 2 hours watching a whole bunch of really short videos. So at the same time, it's like, why not watch one long video? Oh, I didn't want a hint. I don't care about a hint. I'll do whatever I want. I can't open the Gatherer's Garden. Dropped a screenshot in the Gamer Cafe. Thank you for that. We'll check it out in a little while. You have a good night? Gonna go chill out before bed. Sounds good, Kaz. Have a good night. Do I need ammunition? No, I don't really. Oh, I can buy frag grenades. Not that I need grenades. I'm gonna shotgun this bitch in the face. I'm just gonna go in with a shotgun to the face. In the face.
The smuggler is the friend of the
You regularly watch a ton of like 20-minute videos that are about murder mysteries and you love it. You know what annoys me? Honestly, you know what irritates me is when I get into watching a certain YouTube channel, and I think I can understand this from the perspective of like, I can get this from the perspective of sometimes this is just easy content and like the creators just want to stay on top of uploading every day. Oh my god. Fuck off. Christ on the cock. Oh my goodness. Fucking gracious.
Stuck to rot.
Anyway, I'll get into watching like a particular YouTuber's, like say, Friendly Geordie's political videos are my favorites. But then he'll go and he'll do a series on like Married at First Sight or something, and I'm like, why are you watching this shit, mate? It's his worst content, honestly. Him reacting to Aussie reality TV, it's like the most boring shit in the world. But I get it, you know, sometimes it's probably a good idea if you're a regular YouTuber who's relying on that as a source of income. You want to keep the revenue flow going, so you got to keep putting out some kind of content. And if you know your audience is going to click on anything you upload, there's a good point to make about doing that. You know, just upload whatever you can.
Find a better.
Like, honestly, PewDiePie, at least last time I was watching him, there we go. Score too low, photo not taken. There we go. For goodness sake. When I was regularly watching him, you know, he had a variety of different shows he was doing. I don't know about nowadays. And some of them I'd see that he was doing, like, this show or that show, and I'd be like, oh, I can't be fucking bothered. If we go to mod to, like, handle auto mod tonight, are there any mods that... I mean, Kez has just left. I can't tab out of the game. I can't do auto mod shit. It's not taking the photo. What's the problem with this photograph? Favorite Aussie clip is he fell and landed in another woman's vagina. Could be a man's vagina, you never know. Enjoying the deaths of these transphobic splicers, so am I. Quite fun. Oh, bot shutdown panel. I forgot about this. I can't use this. I can't use it. I have $20. I've got $20. Let me use the bot shutdown panel, you fuck. Can I hack it? No? Can I stand on like a box or something and hack you? So you can leave me alone? Glitter top cat coat turned out perfect. Nice. Nice. Hello, I've come to ask questions about your genitals. They scream as you blow them away with a shotgun or a revolver. They've got like all the best kind of guns in this game, I've noticed. You know, there's no just generic machine gun. No, we've got a fucking Tommy gun, mate. We've got a shotgun, mate. You know, we've got a revolver. We've got good guns here, even though I'm... You know, for anyone who missed this little bit of content... Oh, I've already got full revolver round. For anyone who missed this a little while back, we reviewed the reason that Australia does not have guns, right? We went over and we looked through... Oh, hello, there's a person out there. We looked through the case of the Port Arthur massacre and how that led to the government buying out all the guns in the country, which has led to, of course, a significant drop in gun violence. There is still some, but nowhere near as much as it used to be. You know, there's still guns in Australia, but nowhere near as much as it used to be. But there we go. That one works. I love how polite everyone is when they ask you to do things. I know, it's crazy. Less guns equals less gun violence. What the fuck? Who came up with that crazy concept? Husband introduced you as his husband for the first time today, and now you're in your car sobbing. Aww, that's cute. Okay. Where'd he go? Sir? Fucking bang. That's adorable.
Huh?
Fucking bang. But yeah, I mean, if you really want to entirely ruin your day, I would highly recommend... This is me not recommending it, by the way. This is I'm trying to do the opposite thing. You'll never be a real word exploit. I would highly recommend, if you ever want to ruin your day, read about the Port Arthur massacre. You'll have a dandy time, and then you'll just want to drink yourself into misery. It's great. Some children died. Whole situation.
The thought of me wife and child hiding in that filthy submarine makes me blood boil. Help me get them to safety, and I'll be in your debt for life.
But yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about my stance on guns recently, though. You know, I think, personally, the way things operate in Australia is good for Australia. We don't really have a specific reason for there to be a culture of, you know, there being more guns than members of society, like in America. There's more guns than there are citizens. In which case, you know, the situation there extends to, is there going to be a case for armed revolution in the United States? Is there going to be the case for self-defense if someone breaks into your home and you have a firearm? Yeah, bear arms if you are mentally capable. Yes, if you are capable of doing so. But then I think of the case in America, you know, how many shootings are there? How many school shootings happen? How much gun violence happens in the United States? And there's a lot of gun violence we don't even hear about happening. Because they, generally speaking, when it comes to, say, school shootings, they'll only really report on them if there are at least 3 deaths or more. And of course, you know, they're going through quarantine right now, so I think gun violence is actually on the down. Good?
I met Ryan the day me and the lads were installing the bathroom plumbing up in his Posh Park Avenue digs. Oi, says he, what's with all the brass fittings? General contractor had me down for the tip. Well, I says, I suppose it's the contractor then who will be bailing out your loo once a fortnight, is it? If it's price you're worried about, I'll be picking up the brass, so not to worry, Squire. And why would you be doing that, says he? Well, Mr. Ryan, profit or not, no man bails water out of privies built by Bill McDonough. Next day I finds out,
I'm Ryan's new general contractor.
Plumbing. Okay. Murder is kind of up right now. Oh, God. I thought it was down. I thought I read something about, you know, because of the fact that there's mass quarantine in the United States, there was less gun violence. Jesu finally caught me. How you doing? Welcome to the Rogue Room. Officially. Formally. You're actually strongly pro-guns in the right hands, but who's going to... Yeah, that's another philosophical issue we have to unpack. Quite frankly. How do we determine who is a capable person to wield a firearm? Can I hack this? I'm going to try to hack this. You know, we have to start unpacking the ideas behind who is a capable person to wield a firearm. Shit. Guy. Bugger. I've got myself into a tizzy here. This is not good. This is going quite faster than I'd anticipated. Bugger. Come on, just like... Give me something here, mate. Give me something. Okay, we're nearly there. We got it. Fucking bingo. Result of successful hack. More items available. All prices reduced. Let's have a look. Oh, I hate hearing about domestic violence. I mean, it's good that we talk about it. We should be aware of these things. And in much the same way, I would love to do a stream on hegemonic masculinity and stuff. You know, I'd like to talk about male suicide and depression and all those kind of things. We could probably do something like that soonish. But we had some other topics on the agenda. We were supposed to do religious fascism at some point. We never really leaned into it, so... It was supposed to be last night, but I was lazy, so... Forgive me. Anyway. Hello? Got him. First aid.
I'm closing in on the whole ring. I'd pat myself on the back, but let's face it, these aren't exactly bloodthirsty desperados we're talking about. Rapture's full of poets, artists, and tennis players, not hired guerrillas. But this leader of theirs, this Fontaine, he seems to know his way around the grift. He keeps his nose clean, but not so clean that the right people don't know he's not to be trifled with.
I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. There's another good one. Go too low. Fuck off. You tend to be highly skeptical of the idea of armed revolution. I mean, so do I, generally speaking. Yeah, with the idea of drone strikes, jets, etc. Like, if the American... If there was a case of a fascist takeover in the United States, or if there was a case of any takeover, which generally leans fascist anyway, right? If you were to have a government imposing a certain type of rule, and... excuse me. If you were to have a government imposing a certain type of rule on its citizens and suppressing an armed revolution in the United States, you know, Joe Sixpack, or Joe Keg, having a revolver and an assault rifle and all that isn't really going to make a huge difference, especially... You know, knowing the examples we've seen of common folks wielding firearms from the United States. However, there is a case to be made of, like, I think it was it the Vietnam War, or there was another war that, a war that America quite distinctly lost. Am I mistaken? I don't know that you can photograph dead bodies. It's just not working for some reason. Duct tape should fix the gunshots. It was Vietnam, yeah. So the reason that they lost the Vietnam War, even though, you know, you would think, you know, America with all of their money and all of their guns and all of their superior technology and all that, they should have won, right? But in that circumstance, the Vietnamese were massively coordinated. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly how to defend themselves, right? So, but in the case of, you know, an armed revolution in the United States, I don't think it's very feasible for it to happen. Even the well-armed over decades far-right militia gun nuts couldn't make a dent. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's just my observation from the outside looking in as an Australian. But my general stance is, America can't really afford to take away its citizens' guns, even if they wanted to. And in Australia, I would like it to stay relatively gun-free here, because, you know, most people... and generally speaking, the only people who do own guns are gangland criminals. You know, people who have, like, there are legitimate crime families in Australia who run guns, but the general populace does not have access to them. If someone breaks into your house, you better hope you've got a bat or something, or a katana. I'm gonna buy a katana just in case someone tries to break into my house. Anyway.
Diane, my dear, I'm sorry, but I'll be late again tonight. Rosenberg is demanding to speak about this Fontaine business. I'm trying to build a proper financial market, and this idiot keeps going on about nano this, genetic modification, that. I'll go spend an hour pretending to pay attention to the poor fellow and be home as soon as I can.
Yeah, Australia is very safe and basically gun violence free aside from bikies and other gangs. Yeah, pretty much. You said that, Strawberry, but the game told me I can photograph dead bodies. It said I could. Heavily trained in your weaponry, which is the major difference. Most gun owners in the US aren't trained. Or they say they're trained, but I feel like, and by the way, this is not my first time playing the series. I've played Bioshock Infinite all the way through, which I know, yeah, question that. However, but I have not finished this one. Or I have not played Bioshock 2 either. Ah, great, cool, awesome. No, I didn't want to do that.
I'm sorry, but I'll be late again tonight. Rosenberg is demanding to speak about this Fontaine business. I'm trying to build a proper financial market, and this.
I keep having to clear my throat on stream.
On about this, genetic modification, that. I'll go spend an hour pretending to pay attention to the poor fellow and be home as soon as I can.
I'm just wasting water in a city that's underwater. Well, you have to pay to use the toilet? Oh my god, what the fuck? Are you serious? You have to pay to use the toilets in Rapture. That is fucked. That is honestly fucked. Are you kidding me? There has been some fear about that very thing, actually. The idea of public toilets you need to pay for. Can you imagine? That's late stage capitalism. You definitely like, yeah, I've heard many, the problem with Bioshock Infinite is it is inherently, very, very centrist. It doesn't take a stance at all. It's like, look, both sides are bad. Oh my god. Ken Levine, how'd you fuck that up? Anyway, unfamiliar territory, trying to occupy a territory versus guerrilla warfare. Here in the US, Yeehaw have an anti-material rifle, I guess. Most people don't feel the need to own guns, yes, which is the ideal situation. Like, what do you need a gun for, really? You know, someone makes the argument, it's like, I want to protect my family.
Who's there?
It's honestly, I'm trying to think of the example. I have an example in my head and it's not coming to me. I feel like there are a lot of Americans who live in very, very safe areas. Who still, in very, very safe, very privileged areas, who still own guns for that reason of like, I want to protect my family from home intruders, and they've got literally no reason to fear because they live in one of the most privileged areas in the country or something. There's a Bible. Anyone? I've got to actually pick up a Bible and give it a proper read, because if we want to do some discussion on religion, that's something I'm going to need to brush up on. You know, someone with a fully functional tank. Fucking Christ. In the UK, there's quite a few public toilets. You have to... Really? Why? What the fuck? Why would you do that? Why would you have pay-to-use toilets? That's fucked. All Bioshock games have centrist tendencies, just less obvious in the earlier ones. It does feel like... Oh, hang on. Do we hack this? Yeah, we'll hack this. Because I can't be bothered figuring out what the code is. I'm not going to bother searching for it. We're going to go this way. It definitely feels like the first Bioshock game tries to say something, though. Why don't they just get a metal baseball bat? Ideally, like, having a gun... You would only need a gun if your opponent has a gun, right? And it also speaks to a particular underlying psychopathy a lot of people have. I've always had the thought that there are a lot of people who are complete gun nuts, and they come up with every justification they can for owning guns. But the reality is they just want to have the opportunity to use it on someone. They want to have the opportunity to kill someone. This is fucking morbid. And that's really disturbing. It's like one of the reasons I wouldn't want to live in America. Which I used to want to live in America. But it's quite scary, the idea of, like, especially it being in, like, an open carry state. Can you imagine how terrifying it would be to go down to a cafe or to the bank or whatever, and someone's just there with a revolver and a holster on their hip? Why do you need that? Why do you need to have a... Yeah, the good guy with a gun argument, yes. A lot of people see themselves as the good guy with a gun. Did you recall the video of that British turfy lady? I forgot what her name is. Posey Parker. Where she was talking about cis men entering into women's restrooms to defend their female family members, their women family members, their sisters, their aunties, their mothers, etc. Take a gun in there. It was like, listen, men of the world, we want you to go in to women's restrooms with your mums and your sisters. If you happen to be one of those people that carries a gun, take your gun in there with you, and if you see a tranny, blow them away. Like, that was the viewpoint that she was like, I didn't, that's not verbatim. But that's legitimately what she was saying. And it's like, dude, that's fucking terrifying. And when you compound that with the fact that there are so many TERFs in the UK that are already carrying firearms, pepper spray, knives, and all that, or the sheer psychotic fear that they might come across a trans person. Trans men need to escort trans women to the loos. That'd be great. You don't need a permit to open carry, you need one to conceal your weapon though. Wait, really? What? Guns are cowardly weapons. If you're going to fight and kill someone, do it up close and personal. With a katana! If you recall right, you may not. You think mostly people with guns trying to defend themselves end up shooting each other, yeah. And how many incidents have we heard of people accidentally shooting themselves? Like, on more than one occasion, I have heard of a toddler picking up their parents' gun. Thank you for the posture check, lesbian bread and cheese. Picking up their parents' gun and shooting them dead. This has happened on more than one occasion. How does this keep happening? Anyway, saw Marsha today is the name of this particular thing.
We saw our Masha today. We barely recognize her. That's her, Sam said. You're crazy, I told him. That thing? That is our Masha? But he was right. She was drawing blood out of a corpse by Fontaine Fisheries. And then when she was done, she walked off hand in hand with one of those awful golems. Masha!
Bit of lore on the little sisters there. Oh. Give me my drugs, mate. Got him. And let's see. There we go, see? You can take a photo of a corpse. I told you. Trans folks aren't out to get you scared, get you silly scared cis people are trying to have a piss and not get attacked or harassed. Literally. It's that simple. Given serious thoughts to getting a license to carry yourself since starting to transition, and you live in a relatively safe liberal area. I am honestly, like, my friend has got a knife that she carries around, which she thinks she left at my house and we haven't found it yet. And I'm honestly contemplating the same thing, even though it's a potential risk if I get caught with it. Because I do get a little bit of fear, because, you know, I'm not exactly unclockable, let's be honest with ourselves. And the more I'm in public spaces, I do notice people looking at me, sometimes. Which is very awkward, you know. And I'm uncomfortable around certain people, so anyway. How you doing, Jonas? What's going on? Panic defense is legal in your state if you kill a trans person and say you panicked because they are trans. Yeah. Riley Grace Rochon is working on trying to reverse that defense, like trying to get that taken out of, at least in her state, I think. Trying to argue against the trans panic defense. It's one of those defenses though, like it's a legal defense to use, but it depends on like, are the courts going to take you seriously? I've heard, like it is a legitimate, it is a legal defense you can use, But what I have been able to glean from a number of stories around that and the gay panic defense and all that is most courts will throw that defense out. They won't allow you to use it. They'll be like, no, you're a fuckwit, you killed someone, go to jail. Oh my goodness. Anyway, probably shouldn't have said that on stream. Not sure of the legality of carrying knives. Yeah, no, that's the fearful thing, right? You know, I am worried about my safety sometimes. Someone might actually freak out and attack me. What am I going to do? Am I just supposed to take it because I'm trans? No. We never illegally carry a knife. I don't know if you can legally carry one either. Recommend box cutters. Yeah, you can justify box cutters. You keep it in your back pocket and say, I'm working! It's just from work. We open the boxes with these. One of the dumbest arguments you've ever heard was that Mexico has pretty strong gun laws, but they still had over 36,000 murders in 2019. Like, Mexico clearly has other very serious issues that need to be addressed. Guns aren't the only thing causing those murder rates, yes. It's a knife to work for my family, yes. I work for the mafia. It's a work tool.
Mr. Coswell?
Lord have mercy on your state. I am the Lord.
Goodbye.
Fight down.
Cover shooter. I don't need a hint. I'm stopping to look at people. Okay. How many photos do I need to take? You always have a knife or two and you're not a small man. At least that's the benefit you've got. You know, as someone who has got a fair bit of mass on them, like if you're muscular or if you're just bigger in general. People will give you space. People will give you a wide berth. Just as a general rule. You know?
Mr. Ryan, I believe in rapture, but that doesn't mean we always win. Fontaine Futuristics is the biggest thing going in rapture. So let me be plain. When we arrest that Torag Fontaine for his thieving and smuggling, we must make it clear that we won't touch his business interests. We sit on the council because these poor sods trust us, not because God gave us a chair.
Okie dokie, interesting. The backstory is progressing. This is not at all like, Oh, well, oops. I destroyed that. This machine you just damaged is friendly. Well, it's fucking dead now. It's not friendly anymore. I saw red, you know. I see red. Red equals dead. That's how it goes.
Here to visit the scum of the earth. I shall lay my vengeance upon you.
Got him. There we go. That's what I needed to get a collected a spider splicer organ and take a photograph.
You must think I'm a fool. Taking a fine lady to a dump like this. But you don't know me, Moira. Give her a string of pearls and a silk gown and she'll dance a waltz. Give her a sea shanty and a bottle of rum. She'll drink a pirate under the table. Sounds like that should about do it. Head on back to Fontaine Fisheries when you're ready, would you kindly?
Yeah. Anywho's, let's come back to this for a sec. We want any legitimate concerns and possible reason to carry a gun, because you're in the South in the US, but it could also be used against me. Oh, scary twins with a gun, I had to off them. Yeah. It's a double-edged sword, except it's a gun, so it's like a double-edged gun. So if you're pointing the gun at someone, not only are you doing this, you know, not only are you pointing the gun like this, it's a double-edged gun, so when you pull the trigger, you're also doing this. It's like that's literally the case, though. It's like if you're carrying a weapon and someone decides to off you and then use the trans panic defense. The trans had a gun, we don't know what they were planning on doing because they're mentally ill. That's another thing, you know, the argument of the mentally ill shooter, the mentally ill attacker in the United States, that whole situation. Oh shit, we can't go that way, fuck. Well, that's ruined. Machine has short-circuited. Cool, that's awesome. Thank you for that. I need a pipe going down. Yes, we do. And then we gotta get down this way. I've had the McDonald's theme in my fucking head. I'm sorry for subjecting you to capitalistic advertising. I bet you there's nothing even in this. There's some ammo. Okay, whatever. It's not even... I don't get excited about loot in video games. I genuinely do not. Hey folks, do you want some free advertisement? KFC, I'm loving it. I'm gonna fuck with their advertising campaigns now. The mentally ill aren't allowed to buy guns.
You hurt me, my baby!
Doing an ASMR Macca's stream. Is there more? Are there more Fokin that I can fuck up? I can zap you. Just randomly shooting a man from across the room. That's another thing that happened in that that Port Arthur massacre. You know, he's a fair distance away and he just starts unloading on people. They didn't even know where some of the shots were coming from originally. Then all of a sudden there's a bunch of people dead. Why do I keep revisiting this in my head? I'm traumatized by the events of something that I didn't personally witness, just because I read about them. Fuck. Let's just hack you so you leave me alone. You can go down here, you can go down there. Sorry that we're on such a morbid bent tonight. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it's a game with guns in it, and I tend to talk about guns and gun security and gun laws because, quite frankly, my personal opinion is that every game that features guns in some capacity is also saying something political about the use of guns. How many shooters can you think of that are actually critical of the use of guns? Quite frankly. Let's drink an Arcadia Merlot. Sounds good. Someone actually give me an example of a game that is critical of gun use. You chew nuggets, you swallow them. I mean, I swallow a nugget, yeah. The only thing you'd ever think about doing with a weapon relating to your transness is to do your own goddamn top surgery. Oh god. Don't do that. Did I tell you the story about how I don't even know what I was looking at, honestly, online, but I stumbled across a... Here's someone rambling. Thank you. I was, browsing something related to transness online, and I stumbled across either a Yahoo Questions page or a Quora page or something, and someone was asking, can you do your own bottom surgery? And I'm like, oh my fucking god, don't even dare.
We all move great change, and great change moves us all.
Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck, get the grenade. People have done... Oh, have they really? Jesus fucking Christ. That's terrifying. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please, for the love of God, do not do your own bottom surgery. Jesus.
My wife, Molly, she's a right pain in the neck. But she's a beauty. She means the world to me. I can't help feel God's punishing me for bringing her back into this place. I thought this would be a better life for us. Can you imagine a bigger fool than that?
Where the fuck am I getting shot from? Oh, yeah. Are you even getting hit? No, there you go. One down. Sounds like a 4chan shitpost. It does. Where am I getting shot from? I gotta take a grenade and throw it back at him. Oh my god, go away, you wit. Anyway, yeah, don't do your own surgery. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. You attempted to take out your own appendix because America sucks and you saw a young person with tattoos and assumed you wanted drunk, and when in fact your appendix had burst. Passed out before you were able to do anything serious. You do, however, have a scar. Yeah, absolutely don't do your own surgery. That's not a good idea. You should not. Want to know why elephants are scared of mice? Why? If you remember correctly, it was like an ex-army medic or something. Hang on, people, like, don't do your own surgery, but yeah. Don't do your own surgery, just like general advice there. It's not a good idea. I can't imagine people actually doing that. You probably wouldn't have access to anesthetic, generally speaking.
Thanks, Mr. Bubbles.
I should have prepped this area. Ah. That's not really helping me, is it? Can I blow up his own grenades to harm him? Ah, no. Yeah, I know little sisters cannot be harvested while Big Daddy is alive. I'm well aware of that fact. Why do you think I'm killing him? Oh, pfft, I walked right into that. There's also the MGS. So hang on, let me, somebody remind me of the gun. Like, I did ask the, happy to be high. Hey, Abyss, how you doing? I did ask the question, but I forgot to read some of the responses. I did mean to ask, are there games that are critical of guns, like in general, the concept of using guns, and I forgot to read the responses, so I'm sorry. I've missed that. I started a conversation and I didn't finish it, that's my fault. You the same guy? You the same guy? You a different guy? I don't know. These guys are very hard to fight. I gotta pay the toll. Okay, it's disabled. Ayn Rand bad? I don't know, honestly. I'm not familiar enough with her philosophy to make a informed judgment there. An informed judgment. Fuck off, for goodness sake. Guns are bad in the world of Life is Strange, even though that's not a major theme. Yeah, no, I'm talking like a shooter. I wanna know if there is a shooter that had a very specific, I guess, discussion around the idea of gun control, perhaps. That'd be interesting. Jesus. Oh my god. Ayn Rand's pretty bad. There's also the MGS series. Jack, aka Raiden, was trained to be a child soldier by someone who loathed guns. He taught Raiden to be kill up close. And that's how we got Metal Gear Revengeance. Storyline changes depending on who you kill, usually with a gun. Yeah, I suppose. That's true, but still not really. Oh fuck, hello. They just blew themselves up. Good shit. Doesn't really pertain to the gun control discussion or, you know, the rights and wrongs of gun use. Shooters were military bad, yeah, Spec Ops The Line. And then you've got the consideration of a lot of shooters where it's like, we're criticizing the military, but they're funded by the US military, like Call of Duty. That other one, which was popular for a bit, that I've forgotten the name of, is Battlefield. What was the other one? There was a competitor to Call of Duty, and I've forgotten what the name of it was. Does anyone recall? Medal of Honor. That one flopped hard. But all of those games are inherently, yeah, they're like funded by the US military in part, and they have to get in touch with the US military. Yes, Medal of Honor. Libertarian synopsis of Atlas Shrugged. Women won't fuck me, and it's because taxes. Where are you? Oh, we got a turret helping out. Forgot about the turret. We had a turret. Press F to pay respects. No, don't stop to reload now, you idiot! Oh my god! Get to a vending machine, okay. Well, I have to rescue you, I guess, after I just killed your father figure or whatever the fuck. Really, a great storyline there. And then we play the hero savior. And you get to have a look at their atrociously horrendous eyes. Anyway. God, they're terrifying. Little sisters are fucking terrifying. Anyway. GTA is good at that. There's also battle censorship and general dumb takes on politicians trying to cancel them, like Hillary being the Statue of Liberty. Wait, what? Did I miss that? Wait, in GTA 4? Is that what you're referring to? Spec Ops Online. Yeah, I've heard Spec Ops Online is a really good criticism of the military, which is good. We love to see it. That's what I need to give that one a crack, actually. There's an idea for a future stream. If I can get my hands on a copy of it, which it's not going to be hard to do because it's a digital game, so that should be pretty easy. Because, like, with regards to gaming streams, this is like a once-a-week thing that I'm doing. I don't want to focus too heavily on gaming anymore. This is not where you buy health. Statue of Happiness parodying the... Oh, shit! I forgot about this bit. Oh, Hillary tried to censor GTA 4. And she's the Statue of Liberty? Is that what you're saying? I'm just gonna shoot this one. I'm sick of dealing with it if I come out of that Vita chamber. I need to buy some Heelys. I haven't played GTA in ages either, honestly. Like, quite frankly, I mean, I used to play a whole ton of GTA Online, and I think I just burnt myself out on it, because, you know, for a series that has made numerous criticisms of blatant capitalism, it's now just fallen completely into that, you know. What was that quote about living long enough to see yourself become the villain, you know? At least it looks a lot like her. I'll have to look it up so I can remind myself. But that does sound like something Rockstar would do, honestly. Not shocking. Where are you? I swear I killed this one already. At the very least. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, no. Ah, fuck. Yachty. Okay, I did it. You either die a successful prosecutor who's going to clean up the city or live long enough to get a second face that's evil because a clown blew you up. Is it wrong though? It's not wrong. You know, if you get half your face blown off, inevitably you're going to turn into a maniacal supervillain. Have you ever been somewhere you don't want to be for so long that you've gotten comfortable and don't actually want to leave? Like, I want to go home but don't want to go through the leaving process. I can understand that, yeah. Because a clown blew you up. I need healing. Right now, I need capitalism. Find a health station. Yeah, I need a health station to spend money on the healing. I mean, that in itself, that feature in and of itself is a criticism of, say, American healthcare, right? When fighting those stronger or faster than yourself, you'll need every advantage. Wrench Lurker allows you to make the most of opportunities when your antagonist is caught off guard. I can't assign it. Storage room, I'm gonna die because I don't have any heals again. You know, the fact that you need to pay money to get healing in this. You know, your hard-earned dollary dues have to go towards healing yourself.
Hey,
I know your type.
I need to like no-hit this at the moment. Get rid of you. So I don't accidentally blow myself up. Oh, hello. Well, yeah, we're not tangoing today. I need to heal first, and I don't have any healing packs. Just like America. Well, yeah, that's what I was getting. Let me think. I would click on a Draco, but I can't tab out of the game. It doesn't behave. Deus Ex has non-lethal options available. Vaguely discusses the morality of killing. That's true. It's not that big of an aspect. It's quite fun to play the game non-lethal, though, because they typically make those, like Dishonored as well, touches on the lethal versus non-lethal option, and I love when games do that. And they tend to make it more challenging to do a non-lethal playthrough, which I love. Hi, Catalina. How you doing? That's honestly one of my favorite things when it comes to those kinds of games. You know, not so much about the politics of it, which is always a good thing to discuss. There we go. You doing great? I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Oh, I already searched you. Are there more of these? Oh, I've got no ammunition here. I think. Oh no, I've got to go this way. Where am I going? Reached your peak. You pass so well that you never understand what it's like to have a uterus. That's good shit. That's good. Oh, I can't do the timeout. Is there anyone that's a mod in chat? I can't tab out. It ruins the game. It like fucks everything up. I think Metal Gear is pretty much the main anti-war shooty game. I'm going to have to give those a go at some point so I can get a feel for what everyone's talking about when it comes to Metal Gear, because I've never actually played those. You think the pressure drove everyone mad in this game? Probably. Let's stock up on medicine. We've got to send ourselves broke buying medicine. This is not where I need to go. At all. Where am I going? Smuggler. Metal Gear has a surprising number of queer characters, though they often end up being villains. I also wanted to touch on that idea. Not specifically queer villains, although that could be its own thing, because, you know, there's a lot of queer-coded villains in a lot of movies, a lot of shows, a lot of games. The idea of queer coding a villain is quite distinct. Hey. Oh my god, are you fucking serious?
Come back to me!
Fucking hell, dude. Oh my god. Where are you? Where'd you go? Why are you so strong? Jesus Christ. How do you deal with these fuckers? Why are they so strong? I don't like this. Oh my god, there's so many of you. What's going on here? Ah. Good god. I was going to talk about the idea of like villainizing, for example, yeah, like queer characters and female characters and things like that. I mean, it would certainly get mighty uninteresting if all the characters were just cis white straight males, of course. Actually, that's kind of one of the most irritating tropes I've noticed in video games, is how prominent that particular character is. Yeah, we could talk about the idea of like queer-coded characters and queer-coded villains and female villains, and what that could potentially mean on a more sociological understanding perspective. Sexy by Vampire Man. Vamp and Raiden, I haven't played that. Love how Deus Ex presents you with the option to either take the revolver from the guy or leave it for him to shoot himself with. Meanwhile, you take option 3 and shoot the guy yourself. Like him from the Powerpuff Girls? Yeah, very distinctly. Red Dead 2 has interesting things regarding the consequences of masculinity and violence by the end of the game. Arthur's actions have left him with nothing. Not exactly a criticism of guns, but you feel definitely related to violence. Yeah, that's true. That's a fair point. I haven't played Red Dead 2, but I can understand that. I think this game is a libertarian's wet dream. I don't have any mods at the moment for some reason. There's no one in chat who's a mod, and I can't tab out of the game to send that through auto mod. So I did see your message, Catalina, but chat's gonna just have to go without, I guess.
I see you.
Kit, thank you for the raid.
Welcome, friend.
Loot, hello. Hello, friendos. How's it going?
Or are you just looking to get criticized?
Well, Loot's here now. Can you assign mods for me, Kit, or do I have to do it myself?
Coffee, maybe puts on silverware and the like.
How was your stream? What were you getting up to? Can you give yourself a shout out? You know what? I'm gonna have to do this. Hang on a sec. Yeah, what was I gonna do? Hang on. There we go. How was your stream today? Remember to save. Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Hey.
Fisheries award to the wise. Old Peachy seems about as straight as a dog's hind leg. You keep your eyes open.
Why does he have to comment on whether or not this folk is straight or not? This fella's straight or not?
If that's his price, you're gonna have to pay it. But he can't very well.
I missed
take
whatever that line of
it
dialogue was.
now, can he?
That's, again, we talked about this last time, about one of the issues with developing dialogue systems in games. You got to make sure that your player can hear the dialogue that's going on. Hey, Teeny, how's it going? What's happening, everyone? How's it hanging? How was the stream? Overwatch, how'd you go? We're doing okay. It's going well here. It's going good. We're just playing Bioshock. But we talked last time we played this about the problem with games where they give you dialogue that's important to the story, but then it has opportunities to get drowned out by this or that or the other. Like, honestly, one of the best ways that GTA does it, quite frankly, and has done for as long as I can recall, is it tends to put you in situations where if you're outside of a cutscene, you will hear all of the dialogue before shit goes down, you know? Whereas we had an incident recently, I missed an entire segment of whatever the fuck he was talking about because I was in the middle of a combat sequence and I had no way to stop that to listen to him. So I missed that whole segment there because of just, I don't know, I think that guy wandered off and he did say something, and then Atlas talked to me and I missed whatever the fuck he said. There we go. Focused Hacker, another favorite in the Hack Smart line of gene tonics. Diffuses overload traps and insecure systems. Fewer fried circuits, guaranteed all your money back. Well, let's chuck that in there, fuck yes. Hello, Wither Rose, how's it going? Stupid randoms, but had fun. As long as you had fun, that's the most important part, right? Pneumatic tubes, send weapons. What does this do? Oh, you now have no weapons except your wrench, okay. Automatic hack tool, fancy dancy. We'd love to see it. If you need extra mods, you can tell us your hat in the ring. All right, let's add some mods, because you know I can't tab out. There we go. It's the problem. Nah, there we go. And who else was it? Catalina. I'll give you a mod too, because I feel like we need it these days. Like I've noticed, you know. There are a few people who are usually here, but, you know, they have to leave at, like, X time, Y time, whatever it is. Christopher Nolan doesn't care if the audience can hear the dialogue. Arena, would you like to be a mod, too? Would you like a sword? Do you want a sword? It's mostly just, you know... Kit's certainly not a mod. Loot Demon's certainly not a mod. That sword is... It's fake. It's a fake bit badge. You could actually probably get away with that, honestly. You could probably get away with, like, doing... Like, just taking the image... for the moderator badge and assigning it to a certain level of cheer. So if somebody cheered like 10,000 bits, they would get a fake mod badge. You don't want the responsibility of modhood? It's no responsibility, honestly. You'd love a band hammer? There you go, Reno. In here a while, no sword, and you're gay. I'd love to have the opportunity, quite frankly, to change the mod badge into a little hammer. In the same art style, quite frankly. I hate that it's a sword. I don't like the sword. I want it to be a hammer. You're a mod for mommy. Ooh woo. Oh my god, I can't see anything. What's happened?
Now, I bet when your boss waggled out of hell, he done told the devil he'd be right back. And the devil says, "Sure thing, Mr. Fontaine. I'll hold you a spot." Ryan promised Fontaine was dust, and now here you are doing his dirty. I guess that makes Ryan a bum, and you a...
Okay, I guess we're in 2B boss fight or something? I don't know what's going on.
He was ours! Ours!
What the fuck is going on? I don't know what's happening. And use bees. Do I have bees? I don't think I have bees. I didn't want to get into a boss fight. I thought we were being chill. Ah, where'd he go? What's going on? This is not fair to me. Well, I can't. That's not going to help me. Also, I've noticed there's a lot of audio issues with this game, it seems like. Okay, don't step on that. Obviously, that is a bad thing. I have to use first aid. That's not affecting him at all. What in the hell, man? Yeah, that ain't working. Hang on. Had the dubious pleasure of modding a chat with 100k viewers during a Rust drop string with 10 mods. What the fuck? What would you even do in that circumstance? That seems impossible. You didn't have enough money for healthcare. America. Can I get my guns back? No? I'll get my guns back. That makes Ryan a bum and you a dick. I see.
Don't turn your back.
What do I do? What do I do?
You ain't getting out of my swampy.
There you go, burn. I'm gonna run out of hypos, like... What's one dead? No, it's not. Ah, this is not ideal. This game is, I feel like this game is not made for boss fights. The combat mechanics are not good enough to justify boss fights. One of those kind of games, you know. We did that recently with, what was another game we did? We were playing a shooter at some point a little while back, and it was not good enough to justify its boss fight. Ah, no, heal. I have no more healing items. I don't even know what's going on. There's just too much. I'm honestly having a bit of a sensory overload right now. This is not ideal. This is the problem with big flashy shooty gun games. I can't focus on it for too long.
Where is he, Madonna? Where is the little sinner? Ah, you live there!
Come on. Come on.
Come scrap with Peachy.
Come on. I'm just gonna keep burning him until he dies. It goes for you two as well. Everyone just gets set on fire. Come back here. Ah, not that, no. Oh, I can change my my stuff out. Hang on, I had a good spot here. This is a good spot. I have no healing. Great. Hack the planet. This is a ridiculous game.
You ain't getting out of
Non-binary person, you get teased at work for being pan, liking 2 people, also being in a relationship with them for being pan. You're really glad you find this stream. That's alright. You don't need to apologize. I'm happy to have you here, by the way. I find it really weird how obsessed some people are with other people's sexualities and gender presentation, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of people out there who are just really absurdly obsessed with it. And it's like, why do you care that much? Good lord. I cannot even fathom being that attached to the idea of how someone else is. It's such a weird talking point to be constantly cycled back into the discourse every other day. That's not what I wanted to do. No! I'm trying to hack it. I can't hack it. No, that didn't work. I can't hack the turret. I tried to, but it wouldn't let me. I think I have to thwack it first, or you gotta zap it first or something, and I didn't do that because I wasn't thinking. At least when I had the side rooms. Unless you're trying to get in my pants, what does my sexuality have to do with you? That's honestly comes back to that whole fucking super straight thing. Don't say super straight in my chat. You will get zapped by Botwick. Start auto hack. There we go. Hack turrets are your friends. Whoa. Here we go. Start this hack. You can go there. You can go there. I said, oh, you gotta be open. You can go there. You can go that away. You know, it was really nice today being at the uni. We had a brief exercise. I wasn't in a very big group. It was just me and one other girl talking about the topic at hand, which was discussing something. I've forgotten what. It's some sociological bullshit. Fuck. I didn't know I was supposed to do all of that shit to kill him. Okay. Think outside the box and all that shit. And you know what occurred to me? So, you know, at no point did she ever really question. Okay, hang on.
Was only used by smugglers and thieves. More than likely, the entrance will be hidden. Better to keep the coppers off the senses.
Anyway, at no point did she, you know, question me or ask anything invasive about, you know, who I am. I feel like I was pretty obvious presented today. No, not really any makeup. I was, you know, I was wearing my dress that I'm wearing now. But I feel like I was pretty dead giveaway as a trans person. Didn't mention it. It's like really, and they were really polite to me, really nice. It was like great. It was awesome. Like being treated with respect. The most decent, most basic level of respect is to just not even mention it, not even question it, you know? Like, if a person is trans, it's none of your business kind of thing. And again, it comes around to that whole situation of like, whatever's in my pants is none of your business. Okay, you're my friend. You're a friend robot. Being treated like a normal human, I know, it's crazy. And I have noticed the way people speak to me now has actually changed with being feminine presenting, right? It definitely feels like there's a certain attitude shift to how I used to be. I got all my guns is back. I hate segments like that, honestly. I hate segments where they take your weapons away, and I hate segments where they force you into stealth. It's fucking shit. It's never a good mechanic. Same with the water level. You know, if you're playing a game where you're in a very typical platformery kind of a thing, or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you got to deal with water, like swimming mechanics, like anything where it drastically changes the gameplay for a period is just, ugh. Water and ice levels. Ice levels not so much. You know, if it's just slipping and sliding around, it's not too bad, but sewer levels. The depths.
80 points of our cut with the threat of turning us into Ryan if we don't play ball. Son of a bitch. Sammy G comes and tells me he's thinking of going to the constable. And the next day, Sammy G was found
Lol,
in a
dumb
sack
AI.
in a salt pond. We had no choice here. We stay on Fontaine's crew and we're gonna catch the gallows. We take the powder. We end up like Sammy G. Oh, there's gotta be another way.
Did you know? Here's an idea. Like, someone is doing. Nah, fuck it. Do an auto hack, whatever. I don't care. Someone is doing a mod for Dark Souls, which will turn the depths into a Chalice Dungeons-like situation, like almost a not even. I think what they're going for is a randomized dungeon layout using the depths as the base for it. So you're gonna have the option to just go through a perpetually never-ending depths, and honestly, that sounds kind of fucking amazing. Forced escort missions, absolutely hate those. World of Warcraft was the worst for that. I don't know if they ever got around to fixing it.
You can't quit. Fontaine will find you. Hey, fuck Fontaine. You don't fuck Fontaine. Fontaine fucks you.
Well, fuck Fontaine. Anyway. Made you quit playing Kingdom Hearts, you got to Atlantica in the first game and the controls were so harsh. You're like, nah, fam. Fair. I never actually played Kingdom Hearts. At this point there are so many games, so many different spin-offs, and you need an encyclopedia to even vaguely understand the story, and I'm just not going to put myself through that kind of torment. And I also just do not give a fuck about Disney characters.
You got it. Should be smooth sailing from here. I'll meet you up ahead.
Cyberpunk is one of the funniest escort missions. You're watching a show with a colleague because why the heck not at work, and then a scene came on with a girl and a girl kissed. You'd always smile this and then look over at your colleague. She looked like she was gonna throw up, but you stared at them and said, what? They're disgusting. Oh my god. Jesus. That's, oh my god. That kind of visceral response to homosexuality is always a yikes. Bad fucking yikes. And this is why we don't... Oh, okay. Cool, that was fun. What the fuck?
I'm right outside the submarine bay, but I can't get in. I'll need you for that. My family can't be more than 100 yards away.
Forced escort missions irk you because the AI is incredibly stupid and unhelpful, and everyone you escort keeps walking at a fucking snail's pace. Which is a good thing that GTA and Red Dead and The Witcher and a bunch of other games recently have been doing, is that they will adjust the escort's walking speed to your walking speed. So if you're running, they're running, etc., etc. You know, that's a good thing. I'm glad to see we're seeing more of that crop up in games. When fighting those stronger or faster than you, Wrench Lurker allows you to make the most of your opportunities when your antagonist is caught off guard. Oh, is that what that is? When I'm struck, I let out a burst of electricity. I thought that was, I honestly thought that was the splicers I was finding. Thank you for the hydration. WoW had the worst. Yes, absolutely. I think they might have eventually got around to fixing them. I don't know. Either that or just removing them, which is the best way to do it. Also, where you hated Ico, the whole game is one massive escort mission. That's exactly why I stopped playing The Last Guardian. It was shit. And one of the reasons it was shit is because you had to tell the giant wyvern thing that you're escorting around the world to do something, and it took a minute to figure out what it had to do. It would sniff around, it would look, it would go here, it would go there, and if you kept telling it, do the thing, like, I know where you have to go to the thing, if you kept pressing the button to tell it to do something, it would restart its whole sequence. It was so fucking irritating. I had to stop playing it. I simply could not. I hated it so much. Jesus. Chill out. Gotta go get something to eat. Sounds goodly. Sounds goodly, mate. Oh no, hang on. For that. I'm gonna hack you. I wanna hack you like I should. Let me think for a sec. You know what else I hate, generally speaking, in video games? We're just going to talk about all the worst fucking things in video games, quite frankly. We're just going to talk about everything that's wrong with video games. One of the worst things that I hate experiencing in video games is elements that take away control of your character for significant lengths of time. That's why I don't tend to play, like, games with really lengthy cutscenes.
We all come down here. Figured we all be part of Ryan's great chain. Turns out Ryan's chain is made of gold, and ours are the sort with the big iron ball around your ankle. He's up in Fort Frolic banging fashion models. We're down in this dump yanking guts out of fish. Fontaine's promising something better. He's like one of us, you know? Like he's worked a day in his life. He says meet him at his fish packing joint at 11. I'll go, bring a couple of guys. Hey, it's not like things could get a lot worse.
I'm getting completely plastered on alcohol. Anyway.
Hit the switch up there in the control booth and let me in. I think it's time to shake hands and get acquainted.
You've had your fun, but enough is enough. If you press that button, you'll learn what it means to truly be my enemy.
Anyway, MGS4 is literally more cutscene than gameplay. That's what I've heard. I would not want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But more like, it's more like when an enemy can hit you with some kind of attack that strips away your ability to move or whatever it is for a significant length of time. It's like so frustrating. Well, I didn't mean to do that way, but okay. Hang on, what was the Witcher 3 thing? The Witcher 1 and 3 thing? I saw something. The lack of lore connectivity to The Witcher 3 between 1 and 2 makes you a little annoyed. I thought it was supposed to be well connected. I haven't played The Witcher 1 and 2 enough. I guess, you know, my fault. Cool, combat segment.
So dark in here. If only your friend could look up and see. Maybe you could warn him. If only you could do something, anything. Except just stand here and watch him die.
Splicers! They're everywhere! I can't hold them! Got to fall back! Get me family out and we'll regroup as soon as we can!
Okay, I now have the permission to move on. Detroit, there you go.
Where are you going?
Ah. Did she die? What happened? It looked like she died. Yes, she fell off the ceiling. Lol. Okay. Lamau. Anyway, what was I saying? The Netflix series does a good job of showing Yen for the sociopath she really is, though. That's true. I didn't really see much of that in Witcher 3, from what I recall. She was very cunning and conniving, but not really much of a sociopath, per se.
Come on, then. Fight properly.
Come on, you fuckers. Duty gun time.
Get out if you can! Get out and we'll regroup!
Very convenient that we don't have like a cutscene-y segment. We're not getting introduced to him yet. Had to be some drama to delay it for the later dramatic exposition moment. Oh, feck off. Where are you? I can't even see where you are. My god. Got him. I hope I don't need to take any more photographs.
You ooze in like an assassin, and then you try to sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here? There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
I can't jump in the water and go for a swim. Man of Steel got buns of steel. True. You're saying Jesus Christ? I didn't hear that line of dialogue at all. Didn't play.
Spent the morning jawing with that Kraut scientist. She's damaged goods, alright. Just like all those chumps they scraped out of them prison camps. But she's no crackpot. She's gonna make me the kind of scratch that'll have Ryan look like he's running a paper route. She just needs some supplies to get the ball rolling and a friend to watch her back.
Damaged goods? Yeah, that's a bad term. Yennefer is 100% a sociopath and it's shown really well in the Netflix adaptation. Yeah, I thought so. Triss withholds Geralt's memories from him when he gets amnesia for her own personal gain too, yeah. Is there a...
Pork pie offered me a deal.
Hang on.
I flip him Fontaine and I walk out of here. That simple. How do I know that fat fuck isn't Fontaine's guy?
My god, swearing in a video game.
Not all Fontaine's guy. Fontaine's got Adam, and everybody wants it. Ryan's got a whole lot of talk and a nice suit. Even down here, any idiot can see which way the wind is blowing.
Okay, we're all stocked up for the next thingy. How do I set this thing off? You liked Triss in 3? I was gonna say, is there an option for Geralt to just go, no, I'm gonna be a single Pringle without asking them for a threesome? Kira's only in... oh wait, no, Kira Metz. No, I'm thinking of Shani, sorry.
Moira. Patrick. Ain't that just like Ryan? Waits until we're almost out, then he pulls the string. We'll find the bastard. We'll find him and we'll tear his heart out.
You get to the bathysphere in the rolling hills. That'll take you straight to the devil himself. And then all debts will be paid in full.
I can actually hear the dialogue. Geralt really ping-pong balled between those two. He really did. Yes, Triss is the redhead. You like watching other people play the Witcher series because the game mechanics were atrocious. I agree. I don't want to play... Which is kind of ironic. Like, I like the way, for example, Dragon Age Origins plays. And looking at The Witcher 1, it seems very much like that.
What are you waiting for, City? It's beautiful.
But what I've seen of Witcher 1's gameplay, I'm just kind of like, maybe not.
Seems like some poor blighters have started seeing ghosts. Ghosts?
Grabbing some food, radio kit.
Side effects of this plasmid business. One poor sod's memory is getting passed on to another through genetic sampling. Leaks. Lunatics. Rebellion. And now bleeding ghosts. Ain't life in Rapture, Grant?
Grace, is somebody there? They're everywhere!
Nope, here we go. I think this might be as far as I've gotten in previous... well, I've only tried to play through this once. I think this may be as far as I've gotten in the past. Have a smoke. Sit down and have a smoke, mate. Where'd this bloke go? Yeah, honestly, like, I do very much like Yennefer's whole aesthetic.
Hey,
like, oh my goodness. I'm back. He's leading me around dollars.
Hello, beautiful.
Haha, lol. You're still stunned. Where you going?
Surprise, each other!
Got him. Houdini splicer. We got a new one. Should I take a photograph of him, I guess? You don't want to be here for long, you're in luck. If she catches wind that sacrificing you would get her a hint of extra power. Yeah, I know. You're okay with that, honestly? Witcher 3 is the only exemplary title in the series when it comes to mechanical gameplay. And even then, quite frankly, the gameplay even then, it's like it leaves a lot to be desired.
Today, Arcadia was closed off to all but paying customers. The man hires me to build a forest at the bottom of the ocean and then turns a walk in the woods into a luxury. Ryan asked, should a farmer not be able to sell his food? Is a potter not entitled to a profit from his pots? I started to argue with the man, and then I remembered who signed my checks. The only thing worse than a hypocrite is an unemployed one.
You make your hair look like a boy and you dress up with a skirt, and your friend doesn't mind that. She just doesn't like you talking like a boy. Anyway, as you was walking down a path through the park, and she knew you don't like her calling me a lady, woman, etc. When we were, you tripped over a rock. You skirt this up a little. She says, honey, don't do that. A boy would look what? Not a girl. Said dress like a... I'm confused. Capitalism, yes. It's a really very basic game. It's the visuals that really sell the game for me. Do you mean The Witcher 3? Yeah, what do you mean talking? I mean, actually we went into this in my social science tutorial today. There is an element of talking like a boy, talking like a girl, with regards to how we present ourselves in terms of our gender. And of course, you know, primarily in society, the binary gender is the majority of the time, what we assign to that. So, you know, boys, men do talk a certain way, they use a certain accentuation, they use certain words, and women talk a certain way, use certain words, accentuate certain vowels, depending on like what part of the world you're in. You will notice the way that like inflections and certain syllables, certain particular sounds we make are very masculine or feminine, or some point in between. Honestly, like, once you know how to listen for it, and it's showed in written language too, yeah, word choices and things like that, once you begin to notice it, like, I've heard someone who I would describe as talking in a very neutral tone, and it's really bizarre to hear when you're used to hearing masculine speak versus feminine speak, and you hear someone who's, like, directly in the middle, and it's very, very odd. It's very off-putting. Not in a bad way. It's just like, oh, you don't sound like anyone I've ever heard before. You know, very typically, we've become accustomed to those masculine or feminine ways of speaking. There are so many little tiny details that make up what is man, what is woman, what is any of those points. And that's where it becomes quite amusing when people get so heavily bent out of shape. Okay, that didn't work. Is it working? Oh no, there it's going. It's going. Are you gonna burn, or what's gonna happen here? I wanted to set you on fire, but it's not working. Okay, it's not working. Get dead, please. And you can determine that the stereotypical gay man voice. Yes, exactly. Apparently just naturally talk like that when she, like what she calls man's talk, huh? There you go.
Who is that?
What's going on in there? Okay, oh, you're on fire. Alright, cool. Continue to be on fire, please. It's good for me. But yeah, I've definitely noticed, in particular when, because I don't see my dad a lot, right? And when I'm around, you know, primarily mostly female members of my family, the majority of the time, that's how it's always been for me. Oops. And then like when I'm in a situation with my... Why am I even bothering to hack this? When I'm in a situation where I'm around my dad, all of a sudden I really notice the way he talks is distinctly different to virtually every other routine family member that I see, right? It's the words, it's the inflection, it's a number of things. And once you begin to unpack it, you begin to realize, you know, we are what's the word I'm looking for? We are socialized in that way. We are taught to, you know, young boys are taught to... Okay, what are you shooting at? That's a lamp! You stupid fucking robot, you know. You know, generally speaking in society, we are taught, you know, there are boys and girls, right? We don't... on a broad social level, we don't give a lot of thought to the idea of non-gendered or non-binary genders as children. It's not something that's generally taught in society. And in the general nuclear family dynamic, auto-hack this one, you know, boys are socialized to pay attention to their dad, and girls are socialized to pay attention to their mum, that kind of thing. And as a result, we develop certain behaviors around what we are taught. You know, this is how you should behave. So when we have people who are trans or non-binary or fall outside general gendered norms, it definitely plays on people's heads because they haven't experienced that at any point throughout their life. Which is honestly rather sad. Liquid nitrogen, what the fuck? What is liquid nitrogen for? Napalm, what am I looking at? Anyway. Foreign concept to you. People you talk to IRL and online mostly express themselves similarly, only differentiated by class and or education levels. Some auto mod, can you stop? For goodness sake. I remember seeing a video of someone from Japan talking about how men from other countries who come to Japan end up sounding like trans women since they're usually taught Japanese by women, and women pronounce a lot of words slightly differently. Exactly. And we do pronounce words slightly differently in English too. The way that I inflect now is heavily influenced by feminine language methods, I guess. Feminine language mannerisms, you could call it. Not to mention they use a different set of words when talking. Watashi instead of or. Is that or ore? Society is programming us from day one. It's even before day one. Honestly, like when we're in the womb, when we are, when children are, when their sex is determined, when someone has an ultrasound, they determine the sex of the baby, male or female, or intersex. Which I don't know if that shows up on an ultrasound. If they need later to analyze later on if someone is intersex, I'm not certain on that one, unless it's outwardly visible. But at any rate, that's neither here nor there. You know, if a couple gets an ultrasound and they find that their child is a boy or child is a girl according to social norms, the way that they will speak to the child through the words, like through the stomach, through the mother's stomach, you know, they will use a fainter tone, and they will, you know how they go up to the baby and they're like, "You're going to be my darling little girl." They'll use a lighter inflection and they'll use a more delicate way of speaking. And then if it's a male baby, then they'll change their tone again. They'll change the way that they speak to this child that's not even born yet. And then once they have that concept of what the child's assumed gender is going to be, their assigned gender is going to be. Of course, you know, we have stuff like the fucking bullshit gender reveal parties that start forest fires and so forth. And we start socializing them before they're even out in the world. And babies are born ungendered. They don't know, they don't have any concept of what gender is. They have no idea. Anyway. Dan Andrews broke his back whilst broke bitch still looks like a snack. Thank you. I hope Dan Andrews is okay. There's talk of him needing spinal surgery. Awful. I mean, he's a politician. Still, he seems like a relatively good bloke, honestly. I don't get what the hate is against him. Seems like he's trying his best with the COVID in Victoria, and everyone is calling him Dictator Dan and all this shit. And now he's slipped and broke his back. Fucking unfortunate. You wouldn't believe how much irritation we caused by not finding out the gender beforehand. I know, it's ridiculous. And quite frankly, this is a weird thing. Honestly, this is a very weird thing. In the past just 6 months alone since coming out as trans, I have understood so much more about gender. You know, I can speak about gender on a much more deep level than I could 6, 7, 8 months ago. I did a stream with my friend Beck a while back where she did my makeup. I think it was like the start of the year or the end of last year or something like that, where she did my makeup. We used to date, Beck and I, before I came out. And on one occasion we went out to we went shopping together and went to a coffee shop and had a nice day. And we met her friend who works at that shopping center. She works at a kind of a hippie style shop. I actually wouldn't mind going back there and looking at some of the stuff they've got. They sell like incense and rugs and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of surprised me when I went to her Instagram. We followed each other on Instagram, me and this friend, to find out that she was raising her child gender neutral. And at the time, you know, like 8-9 months ago, something along those lines, I was like, wow, that's a really strange concept to me. I didn't understand it at all. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. And I always had the viewpoint of, you know, I don't really care if my children wear feminine or masculine presenting clothes, play with whatever toys they want. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't really subscribe them to traditional gender norms. But you know, if they decide, if they come to the conclusion later in life that they are NB or trans, they have my full support, of course. You can expect that. But right now, you know, they are just, my son is a boy, my daughter's a girl, sort of thing. But yeah, back then, it's less than a year ago that this concept of raising children in a non-gendered environment was bizarre to me. And now I think about it and I'm just like, well, what's the fucking problem with that? You know, what's the issue with that? The haters, they want to scapegoat him for the lockdown. They don't want to realize that they're the ones causing it to be extended. Well, yes. Raising a child gender neutrally is how everyone should, but for some bizarre reason, spoiler, it's patriarchy, they see it as a radical concept. Not a good radical concept. It's not like they're raising their kids to be skaters, which would be fucking sick, mate. Actually, my children do love going to the skate park. I need to drag them there sometime soon. My daughter wants to learn how to skate, and I'm like, I'm really worried you're going to hurt yourself. People insisted they need to get the right colored stuff. No, they don't. Get whatever colors you want. That's stupid. That's a stupid concept. I am never going to have another child. I'm going to throw that out there right now. But if I were to, I would not find out the child's assigned sex. And I would instead urge that all family members just buy gender neutral whatever. Buy whatever toys. Oh, you were shooting for me. Okay. That turret wasn't shooting at me. Doing yellows, greens, and browns. That's nice. I like the sound of that. Very earthy. Yeah, very earthy. Played with dolls and had plenty of those. Guess what? Didn't hurt your sexuality at all. Think you're pretty masculine, but you're pretty sure you would feel hurt if they didn't let me play with whatever I wanted. Yeah, exactly. Like, my kids both like playing with dolls and tool sets and, like, trucks, trains, whatever. They don't care what they play with. They just want to play with something. And none of those toys are gendered to them. I'm the best streamer. Fox, thank you. So kindly. There's a corpse. Collected empty hypo. What am I going to do with that shit? A dollary-doo.
Saturnine! Run! Run! They're coming!
This is our place!
Oh, I just killed a woman who was running away for... Okay. Well, she was a splicer, so it doesn't matter. She was a splicer. Oh, I hear a big daddo. Not a bad idea to treat a child assigned male at birth like a boy until the child decides they might not be a boy. That's the point where you change it up to suit the gender the child identifies as. I mean, if you... I mean, again, like, I treat my son as my son. And if he comes to the conclusion that there might be some gender diverse factor of him, then cool. Oh, here we go. So I can make stuff with the... Okay, that's why I would have picked up the empty hypo. Now there's a crafting system. Fucking Christ. Alright. God. Make the game more convoluted, why don't you? Okay, sure. But at the same time... Oh, shit. That is a tripwire. Can I stop it? There we go. Got it. At the same time, it's like I'm not going to force him to play with only boys' toys and only wear boys' clothes. Like, there's this tutu that he keeps dragging out every so often, and if he wants to wear the tutu, he can wear the tutu. I'm not going to stop him. You grew up around mostly girls as your peers and thus grew up a lot playing with dolls and such. Some of your male mates gave you shit for it until they found out you got to have sleepovers with them and then they started quizzing me about whether we did... For God's sake. People are disturbed, man, honestly. I can hear you, big daddo. Plasmid slot. Fucking why not? Let's get it. And we'll put a new plasmid in there.
Cry out for Big Daddy's help. Make him think you're a little sister. Watch as he fights to protect you.
Well, I didn't mean to put that one in there, but we're here now. Okay. Oh, we can start getting upgrades. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to kill you, you know, because I need to save the little baby. Excuse me. You even own some little My Little Pony stuff as well. This was back in the 80s. Excuse me. Made the point in a previous stream. Oh no, my son can't play with dolls. What if he grows up to be a loving father? Oh, that's kind of miserable, because I was thinking about how, you know, my dad, we were talking about the idea of hegemonic masculinity today in class. And the idea of, like, what is your idea of the person who is at the top of society? What is your idea? What is your first mental picture of the person who is at the top of society? Bye, Fox. Have a good one. Thank you so kindly for hanging out tonight. And the general rule, you know, they wear a suit. They have short, probably gelled or styled hair. They have a cleanly shaven face. And they are dedicatedly focused on their careers, which are typically in some kind of logic and fact-based field. They don't express a lot of emotion. Yeah, sociopath, quite frankly, is probably a good word for it. And the more we talked about this idea of what the hegemonic man is, technically speaking, about what hegemonic masculinity is and what it represents, I began to realize, like, this is literally what my dad did. You know, my dad left when we were kids, and then, you know, we still had interaction with him. We still saw him, but he has always been specifically focused on his career, on his success, on, you know, getting to as far in his career as he possibly can. And that's his primary social role. That is what he is more than anything else. You know, he's a career person. He is a father to me, my sister, and our half-sister, of course. But primarily his focus is on having as much success and showing that off as he possibly can. He's the kind of guy who gets around in a polo shirt and cargo shorts and sneakers when he's going out in public. That's the image you get. That's the picture you paint, right? And that is what, quite frankly, it's. I mean, you can interpret that however you want, quite frankly. That's actually the basis of an ad. Burger King ran on International Women's Day. We talked about that. I'm going to turn that into a video for my YouTube channel. Okay, let me reload. Oh, we are reloaded. B. Ah, fuck. Don't do that to me. Ah. Stop reloading. No, not that. Ah, he got me. Don't knock cargo shorts and pants. I mean, they are practical. I'm just giving you the image. I'm not knocking them. I'm using these terms descriptively. I'm trying, honestly, to be as objective as I can about this thing. It seems like the 1-2 punch seems to be the, Oh, no! I got him! There we go. Well, they're named Rosie, so maybe it's a girl. Hello. I'm gonna rescue you, little sister. Anyway. And honestly, like, actually, this reminds me of a,
Even in the gathering dark, you light a candle.
hang on.
You have saved the little ones when you might have shown your cruelty. I am sending something your way to demonstrate our thanks.
Oh, thank you.
I'm ready.
One of Hacksmart's more popular offerings. Safecracker lets you into places they want to keep you out of. Splice it now and get hacking.
Time, Mr. Bubbles.
Elite hacks, bro. Yeah, we'll get a health upgrade and an Eve upgrade. Why not? Haven't done those yet. Eve Saver. Downloaded? Okay. Anyway, we were being objective as possible in a game about objectivism. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I am trying to be as objective as possible when talking about sociological issues, which I need to work more on. I'm trying to work more on that and let my own opinions stay out of the discussion as much as I possibly can. Present the ideas as they are instead of saying, oh, this is a toxic concept. Because, like, a lot of concepts around masculinity do lead to negative things. Especially with regards to hegemonic masculinity. Anyway. You gotta start your day. Have a good one, Detroit. Thank you so kindly for being here. There's also the argument that was made we belong in the kitchen, but if a man and a woman tell you they work at the same restaurant, people assume he's a cook and she's a waitress. Yes, they do. That was another one of the discussions that we had about gender, about the gendered identity of careers, and we talked about, you know, why is there a wage gap, for example, which anyone who's been paying attention will know why there is a wage gap. You know, there's a disparity. It's not about the fact that two people working the same job, one man, one woman, the woman's going to be paid less, which does happen. But broadly speaking, you know, two burger flippers, a man and a woman, they're going to be making the same rate. You know, they're probably working the same hours, but it's more structurally, institutionally, you know, the vast majority of women tend to go into roles that are paying less, which is, you know, is a whole other issue. Economically speaking, you know, why are we not paying women in these roles more money versus why are the men in these roles making, you know, why are the women over here making less money for these roles and why are the men making more money over in these roles, right? But there is, you know, the element of, say, office sexism, so to speak, with regards to if two people are working the same job, the guy might get a pay raise before the girl does, sort of thing. A lot of the disparity is because you were told you couldn't be an electrician because it's a man's job. I had a similar situation with my psychologist, Rena, where we were talking about the fact that I originally, and I've dropped this now, I don't want to do this anymore. I wanted to go into architecture because I don't care what you fucking say. I love brutalism. I want to make a big concrete box. Thank you very much. But I've sort of dropped the architecture thing after my psychologist told me it was a very, very conservative field, and I'm just like, yikes. And I did a bit of research and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of conservatism in architecture, weirdly enough. Anyway, it's building blocks. What's conservative about that? But it seems that is the case. When you were young, your brother played dolls. When he went to school and his friends found out, his friends go, can we join? That's good to hear. And when you play one video game, you get beat up at school by the boys and girls teaming up. So basically, you liked boy stuff like soccer, wrestling, so the boys were just doing some hand wrestling. You wanted to join and said, sure, what can you do, weakling? And honestly, I wanted to talk briefly about an interaction I had on Facebook. I think this person blocked me, but I posted what was supposed to be a very positive and uplifting post talking about, what was it? We were talking about, give me a sec, I'll figure this out. Talking about safe spaces, right? The concept of what is the safe space. And how we have taken this idea of I don't know why I haven't been sitting in this scene for the entire time we've been having this little discussion. The idea of the safe space, right? It's like, what is wrong? Remember this meme? It's kind of faded into obscurity now, but it does sort of crop up every once in a while. The wokey leftists want their safe spaces. What is wrong with the idea of, for example, this place? I try to make this as much of a safe space as I can. I want you to come here and feel comfortable, and we can have discussions about things without you being abused, right? What is wrong? What is inherently wrong with the idea of having a place where people can have a discussion and be, and I need to work on this. I'm going to freely admit right now, I need to work on this. This is something I need to improve about this stream, about my social media. We need to work on this. Not just myself, but as a team, quite frankly. Not putting any blame on you folks, but I think we just need to, I think I need to move away from particularly aggressive reactions to certain people who come in here. And the motion that I would like to move towards, the concept I'd like to move towards, is more one of education More one of opening and expanding horizons, changing minds and things like that. I've been saying that for ages, and I haven't committed to it, and I hate that about myself. So that's one thing I want to shift moving forward. You know, I want this to be, quite frankly, the definition of a safe space. I want this to not only be a place where people can learn things and change their opinions about things, but also if someone comes in asking those questions that we know we hate, we know they're invasive, let's approach them with empathy. You know, and my question that not a question, it wasn't a question that I posed on this Facebook group necessarily. I'm trying to get that to sit over my ear, and it's not really working. I want it to sit like that. The question that I posed, or the idea that I posed on these Facebook groups, was like, what is wrong with the idea of having a Facebook group? Not a Facebook group. What is wrong with the idea of having your stream be set up in such a way that it is a safe space, so that members of your community can come in and just feel chill and comfortable? What is the problem with that? And most people are like, yes, that's great, that's awesome. And someone brought up the point of like, oh, everyone in my community is like, we rip on each other, we're pretty jokey, walking on eggshells kind of shit, but the moment it gets too far, we stop, we shut it down, and that's fine. You know, what's wrong with a Facebook group? So many things. But there was this one person who inevitably, you know, there's always got to be one, right? Give me a moment. There's always got to be one. Got to run to the bog. Sounds good. There's always got to be one who has to bring up the whole, people are too sensitive these days. We're making fun of people who are too sensitive. And I'm like, what's the problem with that? My question to this person is, why do you want to live in a sticks and stones society? You know, why do you specifically need, and honestly, one of the things this guy ended one of his comments with in response to me was like, living is not for the weak. Can you imagine having that attitude towards other people? Living is not for the weak. Think about how messed up that particular attitude is. You know? And the interesting thing is, I think this guy screeched his head off about that. I feel bad for infants, true. But we've created a society where a lot of people can feel safe now. We have, quite frankly, created a society that does, by and large, consider people's sensitivities. That is not a bad thing. But people like this dickhead strongly believe it needs to be some kind of a survival of the fittest kind of thing. They've never had to feel weak. Yeah, they've been raised into this really, really, quite frankly, grim and, what is it? It's a grim, and honestly, the thing that I worry about when I see these kinds of people is they're very much coping with what I would assume is an abusive childhood. Not necessarily, but when you've got men who look at their sons and they say, listen, son, boys don't cry. That person hit you at school, don't you dare shed a tear. And that's the kind of attitude these people get raised into. And that is a form of toxic masculinity, of course, is the idea that men, and this was a man that responded with this, should suppress their emotions and not actually consider revealing, you know, that they felt sad one day recently or what have you.
There has been tremendous pressure to regulate this plasmid business. There have been side effects, blindness, insanity, death. But what use is our ideology if it is not tested? The market does not respond like an infant, shrieking at the first sign of displeasure. The market is patient, and we must be too.
Heck. Who be shooting at me? I think I need my pistol. There's also there's a difference between sensitive and overly sensitive. What do you mean quite specifically, if I may ask? What do you mean a difference? Excusez-moi. Oh, I'm an idiot. I walked right into that. Blah. Yeah, we're not in the fucking Stone Age, exactly. We have so many comforts now And we should be allowed to enjoy those comforts, and one of those comforts is being around people, being in a space where you're allowed to just express yourself and not feel like you are a burden for having emotional capacity. We're not gearing up for a war against the Chinese here, like, which we talked about recently on stream with regards to that Australian Christian fascist lobby situation. For anyone who forgot about the Australian fascist lobby. Let's do a videos game. Hello, videos game. How doth you do? I need another sideways pipe. Need a sidewind to this shiz. This shibble dibble. There you go. A broken vending machine. It's got frag grenades in it though, which are just literally cans of expired meat. Open sesame. Has chat stopped scrolling, or have you folks just stopped talking? I worry that chat has stopped scrolling, but it doesn't say the chat paused you to scroll thing, so...
I couldn't believe
good, okay, cool.
Had changed since I left Dr. Steinman's office. It's like I don't even recognize Rapture no more. I hear
No, I just wanted to make sure I hadn't glitched chat out.
I asked Ryan how could he do such things to innocents. He said, innocents. If they haven't chosen to defend Rapture, they've chosen to side with Atlas and his bandits. So there are no innocents. There are heroes.
We're thinking about whether to allow a week to live. Okay, my turret's going off. I don't know if it's hitting anything, but there's clearly someone down here who needs to die. Oh, it's two going at each other. You're typing up a DM, you can get to it at any time. What were we saying? Hang on a sec. Let me do this and then we'll come back to it. That does not need to go into that, thank you very kindly. We'll go. Why am I going this way? Oh, there's the exit, okay. All goodly. That can go there, you can go there, and you can go there. That's it. Act turrets are friendly and will attack your enemies. Have a good one, Reno. Have a good one. You just mean that being able to show emotions and is getting upset over nothing. You can't think of an example right now. I think I get what you mean. Why are you two shooting at each other? You're on each other's side. Now, you're friends. Stop shooting. Stop fighting. Yes. Children.
Gregory, don't come whining to me about market forces, and don't expect me to punish citizens for showing a little initiative. If you don't like what Fontaine is doing, well, I suggest you find a way to offer a better product.
Old school AJ, welcome to the Rogue Room. How you doing, friend? We're just checking on the next round of stimulus checks. Seems like in another couple of weeks you'll get a nice fat 1.4k. Heck yeah. Since Abby said bye-bye, I think you can leave happily. Well, there you go, Rena. Have a good one.
Yes, I know about the lockdown. It's absurd. Just give me a minute. Early Lazarus tests are very promising. If the Rosa Gallica bloom, then by God, I know we're in business. Hurry, the lockdown! All right, I'm leaving. But somebody has to find a way to come back to check on these samples. They're very important.
I wanted to get out of the way of the subtitles so you could hear what was going on, because I could barely hear her. People in other countries get stimulus checks. I know. I got like $250 from the government recently for some reason. It was listed as some kind of a stimulus. I forgot what exactly the listing was, but it was like, this is not a usual payment. Why am I receiving this? And I guess it's maybe some kind of COVID relief. But I mentioned it on social media, how I was going to buy illicit drugs with it. I didn't. I bought groceries with it. My friend messaged me and they're just like, I didn't get a check. I'm like, well, that's your business. I'm sorry. Some of us are just like basic bitches and the rest of us get stimulus checks, be it. Anyway, getting high on milk and eggs. Sounds good. Versing me had many supports, so we sat ready to hand wrestling. We sat down, we started, all the cheering was on, only his name. You keep pushing and you realize you won, the boys are starting, cheater. How you cheated arm wrestling? Sometimes people don't win, that's alright. He just walked home, your brother was off at video games, and you were off at dolls, we both objected to them. And they were chill with your brother not wanting to, and you weren't allowed. Not unusual. Behavior of people confuses me, quite frankly. Let me think. Yeah, I might keep the security bolts on. What about the cows and the chickens? I haven't gone full vegan yet, so I'm not going to guilt people about the milk and eggs thing. Not so many people come by to watch me shoot objectivists in the face. I think it's the sociology bullshit that I'm rambling on about. Bye, frankly.
Rolling Hills is over yonder, and the bathysphere station is as well. And then straight on to Ryan.
Oh no!
I once bought a forest.
Oh.
The parasites claimed that the land belonged to God and demanded that I establish a public park there. Why? So the rebel could stand slack-jawed under the canopy and pretend that it was paradise earned. Congress moved to nationalize my forest. I burnt it to the ground. God did not plant the seeds of this Arcadia. I did.
I need a pee. I haven't taken a break. Oh, hang on.
Yes, I know.
Okay, I guess he was talking to me. I don't know what the hell was that. And now I've accidentally replayed a voice message. I don't know how to stop that. I'll be back in just a sec, folks. G'day, I'm back. How's it going? I just wanted to point out, like, I'm wearing like a brown lipstick tonight. And, I mean, I've had lasers shot into my face, so this area looks awful at the moment. But I think I can put makeup on tomorrow. I'm not really allowed to put makeup on directly after laser. So I think I can do it tomorrow or the next day. I want to see how this chocolate color contrasts with my usual makeup setup. Yeah, but for right now, the next 5 to 7 days, my face is going to get really splotchy and gross. So, and also I need to find a screwdriver so I can put this somewhere. Where would I put this? I've got a little light box, but I can't actually open it. I don't have a screwdriver. I don't know where my screwdrivers went. This is so annoying. I literally have no concept of where my screwdrivers went. Anyway. You're just here because I'm a heckin' cutie. Thank you.
about the lockdown. It's absurd. Just give me a minute. The early Lazarus tests are very promising. If the Rosa Gallica bloom, then by God, I know we're in business.
Oh shit, auto-hacked.
I'm leaving, but somebody has to find a way to come back to check on these samples. They're very important.
Blow up splicers for me. Why do you keep doing it? Stop. There's nothing there. It's you've literally obliterated their corpse. Oh my god. You also low-key want to get like... Oh, you want to get more art commissions on your FF14 character loot ones. You also want to get like a 2D animation done. That'd be cool. Get dummy rich. Get a full-on animation of him performing a Lady Gaga song. Fuck yes.
The minute we came here, Masha started screaming, "Mama, Mama, what is that? What is that?" I thought she was having some kind of seizure. And then I realized, trees. Trees. Never saw one before. Thought they were monsters. Oh, Sammy. Maybe we never should have come to this place.
Well, that doesn't look good. What is that?
It isn't right. I'm gonna need you to listen to me. I'm no sort of botanist, but I think Ryan has just killed an Arcadia. The man put something foul into the air. Bottom of the ocean, boyo. All the oxygen comes from the trees. No trees, no oxygen. Give me a spell to think. Ryan's woman in Arcadia is an old Betty named Langford. An okay sort, but not above doing a dirty job for $1. If she's still kicking around, I'm sure she's gonna want to save her trees. After all, she planted the damn thing.
Okay, so he's just gone and killed all the foliage and now everything looks like shit. Thanks for that, Andrew Ryan, you bastard. How dare you. You like that nobody's telling your ideas are weird or dumb. Yeah, exactly! Like, again. Oh, I can't. Okay. Whatevs, that worked. It's the same thing we were talking about before, you know. This is a nice zone. We're not going to rag on you unless your ideas are specifically relating to being an asshole to other people, right? There we go. We've got some ammunition now. It's comfy. It's a very comfy zone.
My trees! It wasn't you, was it? No. Ryan. I think I've got a way to save the trees. It's a genetic vector that... Oh, look who I'm talking to. Could you find a sample of Rosa Gallica for me? Look in the grotto. I've got to keep working while there's time.
We got to look in the grotto.
This was our home! This is my territory!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oi. Welcome to the Rogue Room, Parrot King. How you doing? How's it going?
I'm ready for dream time.
Right.
Oxygen levels critical.
Oh, okay.
Countdown initiated. All bulkhead doors are now clear.
Damn city's built to not let anyone out in the event of this kind of emergency. Either we get those trees back, or you're a permanent resident.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with being a permanent resident amidst the dying trees. I'm okay with this. What are these altars? What is this weird culty shit? Except anything that your ideas on, obviously not negative towards other people. Yes, exactly. Captivated Unicorn, welcome to the Rogue Room. How are you doing? There is nothing wrong. Again, there's literally nothing wrong with literally having a space where people can feel safe and comfy. Oh fuck, hello. Fuck off. Chlorophyll solution. Okay, I think we needed that for something, I guess. We need a rose of certain type. I'm gonna try to abide by that as much as I possibly can. Ah! Beck! Fucking Christ. I'm gonna have to shoot a robot now. Hello, robots. Sorry for the robots, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to dare be in a... Fucking hell. Stop, I'll read your message in a sec. Sorry. Listen, this is not fair to me personally. How many of you are there? This is like No Man's Sky with the damn sentinels. They just keep sending more at you. Oh my god. Blah. Just finished your stream. How'd your stream go? Hit me all over FB for ages. Thank you for checking us out. $25,000. $25,000 what?
Kill the poisonous parasite!
What? What's going on? Why are there splicers? Why are there splicers? What are they doing? Why are there splicers? Come back here, you little shit. I'm running out of ammo. And to think I was gonna try to take on a big daddy, like I'm completely out of ammunition. Like I've got nothing.
In the end, our choices make us.
Internet died halfway through. Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. Community is loyal, so half of them waited for your return. That's good to hear. We love to hear it. Well, now... Oh, don't waste more ammo. Goodness. I'm gonna need to get more ammo, come back and kill that big... Oh my god, how do you stop from auto... I keep accidentally pressing T, and that plays the latest little voice log thing, and I've already heard it. And I keep doing it. Help me. 80 PogChamp. What's going on? I'm missing something. 75 viewers. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Feel free to tell us your pronouns. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I keep forgetting about that. If you want some pronouns. You caught a Bioshock stream, Winter. I swear you were in one of them, but okay. Well, here we're here now. We're in Arcadia. Is this Arcadia? Yeah, we're in Arcadia. Where are you, Houdini? Come on. Come out to play, warriors. Come out to play. I honestly don't want to taint my view of the Warriors. It's such a good movie, but I worry if I look at it now, using my current perspective on the world, I'll be like, oh, that's problematic. That's problematic. Good morning, Rapture. I'm out of ammo. Again! What a shock that is. Got him. Why are you telling me your dead name? What? Is that real? Is that... I wouldn't tell anyone that. Is it a shock? Is it a... Bioshock? You can call me Girl, or Rogue. Rogue is good, honestly. You refer to as Jake the Moss. I'm confused. Okay. Hey, Splicer. Surprise! Oh, that missed him. Once we're warriors. Oh, okay. No, I was talking about the Warriors. Fuck off! Which I only watched after I played the game, which, by the way, such a good game. If there is ever a game that that needs a remaster, it's the Warriors. Like a quality remaster. The Warriors, dude. Out of ammo again? Yeah, I'll never be a true American. I can't hold on to ammo. Well, I mean, you could argue maybe the reason I'm running out of ammo is because I keep shooting people like Americans tend to do, so... Maybe I am a real American. That's telekinesis. Need to remaster Fallout New Vegas? I mean, as far as... I mean, if you're playing on PC, you can mod the fuck out of it. I'm out of ammo on... Well, I've got pistol rounds, but only a few of them. I've got machine gun rounds. Only 20 of those. Armor-piercing rounds. Or, yeah, we'll go with the armor-piercing rounds. What have I got on these? Anti-personnel pistol rounds. We'll use those. Shotgun. We've got no buckshot. We got electric buckshot. That's good. And our grenade launcher is full up, so there's that. You're texting. You open cans with your gun, cook eggs with your gun, sleep with your gun. I fully expect all of those things. You strive to block people's dead names from your memory to prevent you from dead naming them. Whether an individual is bothered by it or no, because some are, it's easier just to... Yeah, I understand that completely. I'm waiting for the moment, honestly, because I'm dealing with trolls lately. I'm waiting for the moment that somebody is going to try to dead name me based on Abigail. Like, they're going to call me Aaron or Alexander or something to try to dead name me in that regard, and it's like, not even fucking close, mate. Because that's a thing that transphobic trolls do, is like, they'll look at a name, and then they'll be like, oh, you're clearly a tranny, thereby you switched your name from, like, Nathan to Natalie. And it's like... This is honestly one of the reasons I chose such a different name from my previous one. Yeah, they assume your new name is based on your dead name, which is such a stereotype.
I shit.
I shit. He said I shit. I shit my pants. It is a tired trope. What the fuck? Hey. Need to reload? No. Oh, hang on. Where are you, big daddo? Give me that. Oh, I just noticed. Oh my god. This is how dumb I am. Your name is literally Phage? That's cool. That's a cool name, honestly. No, your name is nowhere near close to your dead name. Trans woman you work with, her dead name isn't even remotely close. Her name is Alex after all. There you go. I just noticed the big daddies are called Rosie. And they have a rivet gun. I am not a very bright person. Are you allowed to swear? Yeah, absolutely. I say cunt all the time. I believe I missed that. Rosie the Riveter.
Oxygen levels critical. Lockdown initiated.
They're more akin to big mamas, yeah. I keep shooting the little sister's parental figures. Very nice. Rosie's bouncers, and there's one more going. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen bouncers. It's Brittany. Oh, the fucking auto mod. Do we have... Again, we don't have any mods in chat. How does this keep happening? Dude. We fucking... Oh my god. Well, Brittany. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Fucking Christ, I need to turn auto mod off for swearing. Jesus. I turned it on because people were using certain slurs and things like that. I mean, I don't want any slurs. And it hasn't even worked. Yeah, I just added new mods. Like, it hasn't worked, too. Like, people keep coming in. No dilfs, only milfs. There we go. Thank you, Kit. It hasn't even worked. People coming in who want to troll using really bad language get around the filters. And people who are never using particularly bad language get called out for shit like bitch. What am I looking for? I forgot what I was doing. We're going this way. I'm not even paying attention to the arrow. Have to do the bus thing for a few. Sounds good. Sounds good. I am going to be logging the frick off shortly anyway. It's time for bed in a little bit. I got to get up for being a parent. In the morrow, the children's are being dropped here. And then I have to immediately migrate them elsewhere. To other places like school. Security evasion. As a rival faction set up security cameras and turrets where you need to go. Security evasion adjusts the thermal signature of your epidermal layer, confusing turrets and cameras and delaying their response. 10 minutes! Don't think it was playing. Imagine being a parent. Don't. It's such a nightmare. Just don't do it. It turns you into a simp. You've got to simp. You got to, you know, act like everything is the best thing in the world, and you got to buy them stuff all the time. Like, You imagine. Okay, it's gotten rid of the arrow now. We're just here and it's got no arrow. I wanted to continue that joke, but like the more I lean into it, I'm like, simping for children. Think about the connotation of what a simp actually is and you realize how creepy that sounds. Being a parent didn't end up well? What do you mean you've been a parent? Why does that guy look like George's washing machine? Oh, is that a woman? That's a woman. That's a woman that looks like George's washing machine. You just followed the train of thought on that? Yeah, that's why I stopped. And I was like, yes, I mean, it's supposed to be a funny joke about being a parent and loving your children and treating them all the time. You know, I mean, I don't treat them all the time, honestly. Buying them lollies and takeaway and toys and clothes. But the more you lean into that joke, you're just like, oh my god, you tie that word to children in any way, shape, or form, and all of a sudden, you come across really like a member of the Smash Bros community, quite frankly. Anywho.
You've brought the Rosa Gallica? Well, what are you waiting for?
Correlating women and washing.
Send it through the pneumo.
I mean, I'm a woman and I use the washing machine in the kitchen a lot, so...
Perfect. Perfect. Come on up to my office. I'm letting you in now. I think I've got just the thing to put the green back in this forest.
Hacking expert. Diffuses alarms and helps avoid overloads. Put it on safe cracker, why not? Alright. We might save it there, because it's the end of the night. It's probably a good idea that I get some sleep. So, yeah, we'll just make a new save. Anyway, as I'm sure you're all going to be living rent-free in my head. In your head. As I am going to be living rent-free in your heads. Sorry. Oh no, I already just saved. No, I don't want to save again. I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be live again tomorrow at 9 PM. Actually, I should make a command for like my schedule. And hopefully my face will be caked in makeup so I can cover up this unsightly nightmare that is my post-laser face. Sorry that I look so hideous today. Not my intention. Thanks for the stream, folks. Thanks for hanging out. You've all been so lovely. We've had a dandy time. Had a bloody dandy time tonight. It's been delightful. And big thanks to Lottie Blix for hitting us with that raid tonight. That's awesome. She's an awesome... Actually, can I shout her out? If you're not already... You might know of the name Lottie Blix, actually, because of that very famous viral clip of Bad Bunny. Some people still confuse Lottie for Bad Bunny. But she was a guest. Well, no, sorry, they were a guest. Sorry, they. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at pronouns. I'm still working on this. They were a guest on Bad Bunny's stream. Their name was plastered on the screen. And people thought Lottie Blix was Bad Bunny. So there's that fun thing. And I've been in their streams. They are very, very amusing. They're a very amusing streamer. Very well worth checking out. Let me think. I'm thinking, let's put some music on. I haven't got my music on, so let's get some synthwave. Makes you uncomfortable to think people think of you outside of interacting with you. Yeah, I know the feeling. Living rent-free, and yes, you all live rent-free in my head, because you're all lovely. You're all absolutely delightful, and you do live rent-free in my head every fucking day, honestly. You're great. Every one of you are great. I love you all. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Been ages.
We're gonna go in a completely different direction tonight. We're gonna go raid Lance McDonald, who is playing some King's Field, which is from Software. This is like Dark Souls before Dark Souls, back in like the PS2 era, if I'm not mistaken. I think the first King's Field was a PS1 game, and then King's Field in later editions were... It's like a first person, and it retains that kind of very difficult vibe that the Dark Souls has. You know, it's an older From Software series. It's really neat. It looks really cool. But anyway, just to remind you, Harry, welcome to the program. How you doing? And I'm also going to shout out I'm trying to shout out whoever it was that I remember seeing in here tonight. Check out Loot Demon as well. Lovely, lovely streamer. Very good friend of mine. And we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which it's midnight now. So subtract 3 hours from right now, and I should be live at that time tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna go say hi to Lance, see how King's Field is. It's a very, very slow game, by the way, by the look of it. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see From Software's roots. Alright, thanks for hanging out, folks. I will see ya when I'm looking at ya.
What I found it stuck to a wall.